Baltimore Ravens. And the fact that he is not a camper. My thanks to the XR4 Ti. Clones, nice job. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. We're out.
Greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Thinking about takeout tonight? Familia can make everything real easy for you with a great selection of Italian food and more. Visit FamiliaNC.com to see the full menu featuring pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts. Place your order online or call 689-6330, and Familia will have your order ready in their convenient drive-through window for pickup. Finish up a busy day with a great dinner for yourself or your family from Familia. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
The Special Olympics USA Games is my time to shine.
And Jersey Mike's Day of Giving is yours.
Grab a sub on Wednesday, March 30th, and all sales will be donated to the Games.
Jersey Mike's, be a sub above. The Special Olympics USA Games is my time to shine. And Jersey Mike's Day of Giving is yours. Grab a sub on Wednesday, March 30th, and all sales will be donated to the Games. Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
You know what happens when you mess with a 125-year-old legend? You get Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Inspired by the legendary taste of Topo Chico mineral water and crafted with unique flavors like strawberry guava, tangy lemon lime, tropical mango, and exotic pineapple for a crisp, refreshing finish. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is a game changer. New Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Legends never stop refreshing. TC Hard Seltzer Company, Tempe, Arizona, Auburndale, Florida. Celebrate responsibly.
It's time to spread game. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming with an all-new tour. 4 quarters of big plays, ankle-breaking moves, and ball-handling wizardry. Do they dunk? Do they dunk? See the stars rattle the rim in the all-new in-game dunk contest. This is the team everyone can cheer for. The Spread Game Tour is coming. Don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters in Greenville on March 28th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com.
Crust is the most important part of stuffed crust. It's half the name. Papa John's crust is made from 6 simple ingredients. 7 if you count all this cheese. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Hey Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is only $13 and is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville. Hey Greenville, Bagel Man here with some exciting news. We are now open for dinner. This is the first time ever for dinner in our 33 years. Our entire menu is available, plus some new sandwiches like the roast beef cheddar, the Italian sub, and the meatball parm. You can also get French fries and home fries as a side for any of your sandwiches. Order online for pickup or delivery, and don't forget about our great catering. We're available 7 days a week. We can deliver or you can pick it up. Bagel Man here.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
There's local politics, bud.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Sustained effort and violence.
No, please. No. Please, everyone be quiet.
Was that supposed to be funny?
I got a little taco meat on my chest.
Cool, neat story. I want to shake his hand. 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 Family.
Let's get the pumping.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. Clip Brock with you. Packed house here for a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We will talk to the ECU baseball players inside the Players Lounge on today's show. Bryson Worrell, Ryder Giles, also Zach Agnos, and CJ Mayhew going to join us to talk about a 4-1 baseball week for East Carolina. Also a big one coming up against NC State on Tuesday. We'll talk about that with the guys later on in today's show. Double B Brian Bailey will join us. Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, CJ Schaefer, the big dog Glenn Griffin's here. Troy D alongside in studio. And the starting quarterback of the Pirates, Holton Ahlers, gets us kicked off today here on Pirate Radio Live. Gentlemen, Troy D, Holton, how we doing?
Good to see you, Clip. How you doing, Holton?
Doing good, man.
How about the little March Madness as we get ready to talk football, too, man?
We got everything going on.
This is a busy sports month right here.
Everything is happening, and we'll have a spring football game to break down a couple weeks from now. We'll be talking about practice with Holton, but yeah, we got the Final Four set. We got a big baseball game tomorrow, so really, what do you want to talk about, Troy?
Well, it's funny, Clip, because I mentioned to you that, Coach K might be looking for redemption in this tournament, and I said, wouldn't it be classic if he met up with Carolina, in the tournament and was able to give them payback for the humiliating loss in Cameron Indoor for his final home game. And I was poo-pooed. People were like, that won't happen. That's too far. There's no way. They'd have to meet up in the Final Four. Might have even been Chandler that poo-pooed me. But who's poo-pooing who now?
So you have that on your bracket?
No, I didn't put it in my bracket. I just talked about it on the show.
What do you cares? How many scenarios are you coming up with?
I predicted that on the show. I said that could happen and very well might.
You were the only one talking about a potential Carolina-Duke rematch in the tournament?
Yes, you're welcome.
All right.
Thank you for asking.
All right.
Now on to Holden. I just had to get that out of the way.
Wow.
Let's just be clear. It wasn't me.
If someone did it, I think it might have been you then.
Okay, Troy. You got it. Way to go, man. Good job.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
What classic payback by Coach K coming up this weekend?
That hasn't even happened
Friend
yet.
of the program, by the way.
He's not. He's never been on this show. He's never been on any of our shows.
We've had his voice on many times.
He is not a friend of the show.
Answer my question.
He's never been on Pirate Radio.
He loves Eastern North Carolina. He loves the Pirate people. You've heard him.
This is your love for Coach K is disgusting. It really is. I don't get it.
What a way to go out as a winner. It's pretty awesome.
Again, he's got to win 2 more games.
2 games away.
Yeah, I think you're the cart's before the horse here.
All right.
But if you're right, we'll replay this, right?
Correct.
If you're wrong, we'll definitely replay this.
We'll definitely lose it.
And I mean, you've come up with 8 different scenarios. You got your bracket, you got this. What else you got out there?
That's it. That's just
Who's your national champion?
Well, I had Gonzaga. That didn't work out so well.
So now you're going Duke. You want to throw out a third or a fourth?
I actually think Kansas could probably be.
Oh, here we go. All right, now Kansas.
I actually think Kansas will probably end up being national champion, but I do love that Duke beating UNC.
Holton Ahlers is here. Can we talk football with him?
Good. Holton, who do you like?
I like Duke. I think they're destined to win it with Coach K leaving his final year. Get a little help out from the refs.
Yeah.
That's my theory on the whole thing.
Clip's not going to say anything to you about it.
Because he's not going to come in here on his 8th prediction
You're
and say,
not going to talk junk to Holton about it, are you? Great prediction, by the way.
Thanks, Troy.
I like that.
Thanks, Troy.
The fact you don't see a difference in this is insane to me.
All right, go ahead. Sorry, we'll talk football.
Sounds good, Holton. Another week of practice in the books, and heard from Mike Houston on Saturday. The Pirate Radio team was out there. Miles Berry, Shane Calhoun as well. How did last week's practice go for you guys?
It was good. It was really good. Some of the young guys are really coming along. Our running backs are looking as good as they've looked in a long time here. Obviously, with Keaton and Rajay. Our passing game's doing good too. We're getting tons of time up front. They're doing good. We got some young receivers that we're kind of having to step up this year that haven't in the past, so they're getting opportunities too. But it's kind of weird for me because I'm on my 5th spring now, so I'll go out there, get 2 drives, and then have the day off and support the rest of the guys. So, but it's going good. We're looking good.
Well, Donnie Kirkpatrick was on the Brian Bailey Show earlier today. If you missed it, you can hear it at 6 o'clock. He said Rajay and Keaton got some work, but not that much work because you want to see who's number 3 back there, who's even 4 and 5. Yep. So how about those guys beyond Keaton and Rajay? Who's looking good out there? Holton?
Yeah, Pop's looking good. He's in his 2nd year. Nemo, he's an early enrollee freshman. He's just got here. It's really those 2 guys are competing for the 3rd back. You really only, you need 2, but you need a 3rd guy. Running backs take such a beating during the season that you really need someone you can rely on 3. So, Keaton and Rajay, I think we all kind of got 2 drives and they took us out.
It's pretty rare.
Guys play.
We were lucky last year to have those guys, as much as they touched the ball, healthy the entire year. That doesn't happen a lot.
No, for running backs, a lot of people think it's just running the ball, but they're in a lot of pass protection too. And then when they're not in pass protection, blocking linebackers for me, they're out in routes. A lot of times catching the ball too, so they take a big beating during the season.
Holton Ahlers joins us live in studio for a spring football edition of the Players Lounge. Holton, you obviously work with the offense every day, but you got an early look now at our defense for coming up this season. What do you see on this defensive side?
Yeah, they're looking good. They're experienced. They got so many. Coach Harrell does such a good job with having different fronts, having different coverages. That I hate going against them during the spring because during the season, you practice for a team a whole week, you watch film on them for a full week, and then you go into the game kind of knowing what they're going to do. And pre-snap, I'll know what coverage this is, what they're going to do, just based off of a few indicators. And then we go in spring ball, and they have 37 different coverages, tons of fronts and stuff like that. So it's weird going against it, but that's what makes our defense so good is the experience as they are and the multiplicity of things that they can do is pretty good.
Was that weird looking up and seeing yourself running?
That was weird. Yeah,
I turned on an old game from last year, and now it might be distracting. I don't know. How many times have you watched every game from last year? How much do you break down every single game?
So I watch it on film. I don't watch them on TV like that. My brother records all of them and saves them. So if I ever do want to go back and do it, which during the off season when I'm bored, at nighttime or something, I'll turn something on. But I watch it more on film and the film cut-ups of it than just watching the ESPN
But then it's just play after play too. Yeah. It's a lot quicker that way.
They don't show close-ups of my face. That's weird. And then the camera will just zoom in on my face. I don't really pay attention to that.
We've seen you guys convert 3 4th downs in this drive, this half alone. This is the game against South Florida last year. Yeah. You guys were not good on 3rd down, but you made up for it on 4th down last year, Holton. And I know that's something you guys take a lot of pride in, right?
No, it is. That's something we got to get better at. It's 3rd down in red zone. That's something that we know we got to get better at. So that's where we're really focusing on it this spring, doing a lot of red zone work versus ones-on-ones. And like I said, I'm not getting that many reps right now, but I am getting the reps that I'm getting are 3rd downs and really red zone to kind of tone up that and kind of get better at that. That's one of our main things.
Troy, you said you might wanted to break down some plays. Break this one down with Holton. Ahlers has got it. He's going to run.
Rolling left. And second effort gets the 1st down there.
Now, watch this.
Lowers the shoulder. And then does the back step. I don't want to say tawny, but kind of
you say something there?
Confidence-wise.
I might have said something there.
That was a 1st down, I believe you were saying. Pirates.
Yeah, only nice things. I was only saying nice things.
But you had the strut backwards. At him while the defender was on his back. I like that. I call that not cocky, but confidence.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Good way to put it.
Yeah.
And we see Keaton Mitchell drop a pass.
Butterfingers, unfortunately. That would have been a touchdown right there.
We'll bring this up, though, with Snead with CJ Johnson suspended right now. Audio Matosho out as well. You're looking for new targets at the receiver position. You found a great connection with the tight ends, but how important are Rajay, Keaton, the running backs, going to be catching the ball out of the backfield this year?
They're going to be very important. They caught the ball really well last year anyways. They got good hands. They're quick guys. Your running back should be the best guys on the team with the ball in their hands anyway. So anytime we can get them the ball, in space and let them work. I mean, they're pretty special guys. I mean, everyone knows that now, but I mean, they will be big in the passing game. We're going to have some receivers step up. I mean, everyone knows Josiah. Kerry King's done a really good job. Tyler Savage, Tajee Hudson. Those are guys that we're going to have to depend on this year to step up and kind of get to it. Yeah, this player right here is
You want to break that one down, Troy D?
Yeah, let's get.
Please don't.
We got a 4th and goal, 1-inch line. And Holton's going to try a quarterback sneak here.
All right, 45 seconds to go into the half. Ahlers takes a snap, and it gets a little loose on him.
Oh,
and looks like the ball is still in play, and unfortunately, South Florida.
That was a play before that when we ran the quarterback draw, and they called
was
it
that
touchdown.
the snap?
Oh, yeah.
What happened there? Just curious. Was it a bad snap
so-
potentially? Did it get kicked?
So the center got like the cadence, when you call the cadence, is ready, set, go when you're under center. And usually it's like a half a second delay after, because, I mean, no person's going to snap the ball immediately after. I mean, he's got to wait for the sound and all that. And the defense went on when I said set, go, and Avery hadn't snapped the ball, so I didn't even touch the ball that
He
play.
got blowed up pretty immediately.
Yeah.
Holden, you'll be out at Pro Day tomorrow. We talked to Tyler Sneed last week. You said you'll be slinging some passes to him.
will
and
be, yeah.
Audie and other guys, and going to be a lot of guys from last year's team playing in front of scouts tomorrow on the practice fields, and we'll be out there covering that. How excited are you for your old teammates to get a chance to compete in front of the scouts tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm very excited for them. I mean, it's a huge opportunity for those guys. I mean, obviously, Sneed and Audie both had really good years last year in their own way. I mean, they just want a chance. I mean, they just want to get in a camp and show what they can do. And I mean, once they do that, I mean, I know they can compete with anyone out there.
They just want an opportunity to have an opportunity.
Yeah,
they got to,
for sure.
and for guys like that, Pro Day is really important for them.
Yeah,
that kind of maybe aren't on the radar as much as some of these other players. They really need to maximize every opportunity like this. One of the things, man, I got to ask you this, just because it's all the, Jim Rome, the sports world's talking about it, the entertainment world's talking about it, the news world's talking about it. I don't watch the show. I could care less. But, man, I woke up this morning and my entire news feed was just clogged with Will Smith.
Yeah, what the heck?
Wow. And so I had to go back and see it. I don't know, what did you think about that with Chris Rock and Will Smith?
So I didn't understand the joke until they were explaining it this morning in the locker room. But
it's an old movie. G.I. Jane, Demi Moore had bald head.
Yeah, and his wife evidently has a condition that has caused her to have hair like that or no hair like that.
Yeah, I think it was a little messed up joke, but it was the cleanest punch of all time, and Chris Rock.
It was a slap. It was a slap. Open hand slap. But was it a little bit of an overreaction? Did you think? I mean, maybe it was a little classless joke.
I mean, I wouldn't have went up there and slapped or punched someone in the face because of that.
The strange thing about it was, before they panned over to Chris Rock and Will Smith, he's laughing.
Yeah, he was laughing.
Joke. Yeah.
He's laughing.
But then he looked at his wife's reaction.
Yeah,
and he had to change.
They said his wife was mad, so he got.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was a good one. Oh, it wasn't a good one.
It sets a bad precedent for shows like that, because now anytime you don't like a joke, you can go smack the host and nothing will happen to you.
Yeah, and then he got very he was yelling. Afterwards.
Yeah, he was
yelling. I saw the unedited feed. And
you mean this?
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Apparently, if you go back and do a little research, there's some history between Will Smith and Chris Rock, especially with him. She suffers from what's called alopecia, which is a condition where you lose your hair, which caused her to shave her head. Shave her head, but it's not completely bald. She does have some hair on there. But apparently, this is not the first time that Chris Rock has used a joke at her expense. And I don't know. It just looked like he snapped.
I'm going to say it's fake.
I don't think so.
The Oscars were coming off their worst ratings of all time, and now everybody's talking
I will say it's the best thing ever to happen for them, because no one would even know the Oscars were going on last night.
I didn't know that.
Well, I
had no idea.
I did, but that's because I follow one of the movies that was nominated that I really wanted to win, which they did.
I don't think it's a good look for Will Smith, and that's what Chris Rock
it's not.
does. Chris Rock makes jokes. That's what he does. That's what you get if you have him come do the Oscars. He's going to do it like a roast. That's what the guy does. I thought it was a bad look for Will Smith. I don't think he would have ever agreed to that. I agree with whoever said he just kind of snapped a little bit.
I'll tell you what, if they ever did a movie about Juwan Howard, Will Smith's playing him.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good, Chandler.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I said, the Fresh Prince gave Chris Rock some Fresh Prince.
Yeah, there's some bad jokes going on right now.
I wanted to see Chris Rock say, "I want to shake your hand" afterwards.
I want to shake his hand.
I want to shake your hand.
I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand.
Well, he got into one little fight, and he went to his aunt and uncle in Bel Air. So
you got to give Chris Rock credit. He stood up there, took it, and kept on going.
What makes me think this is real is the reaction of Chris Rock.
What makes
he was so shook.
He was stunned, but he did take it. I mean,
yeah, but Jim Rome brought up a good point. He said, because of Will Smith's, natural demeanor, he probably wasn't expecting Will Smith to, lay 5 fingers to the face.
I'm just saying, he didn't even touch his face afterwards or go, damn, he did comment about it.
He's probably more in shock than anything else. I mean, if you're not expecting someone to lay the smack down on you like that, it's tough to.
And listen, he probably could have said a lot worse about Will Smith's wife, quite honestly.
Oh, that's true.
Some of the podcast stuff I've heard.
And the thing is, too, though, it was a decades-old joke. I mean, think about it. G.I. Jane came out years ago, so most people wouldn't have gotten the reference in the first place.
They didn't even get what it
is. Most people would have not have gotten that reference unless they had seen G.I. Jane and kind of, made that connection. So I thought it was a lame joke to start with, and it was just a bad joke, in my opinion. But
the whole stance Will Smith had, that's what makes it look fake to me. It looks like it's out of a movie or WWE. It was almost too cute, too pretty.
It was a perfectly laid smack, I will say that.
Glenn has a word.
So 2 things. The punch did look, or the slap, it looked worked because of the way that
very worked.
Because of the way that Chris Rock's stance was. He didn't raise his hands up. If some dude is coming at you that's a foot taller than you can put your hands up. There was no whoa man, there was no none of that. His hands were behind his back the whole time, and he just took it on the jaw.
It's very possible it was fake, but it's also very possible it was real. But I don't think it's definitive.
Thank you for
I'm going to bring up. I think it was worked.
It's possible,
in the sense that. So I read this thread earlier that brought up that Will Smith and his wife are members of the Church of Scientology. Okay.
Oh, yes. Follow this thread.
Okay, so in the Church of Scientology, if 2 men are at odds at each other over the wife, there is a procedure in their manual where you strike the other man in front of a large group of people to physically humiliate him.
All right.
In front of your wife and in front of a large group of people that are also Scientologists.
He's just following the manual.
So he just followed the manual of the church.
Page 3, saw that.
Anything's possible.
There you go.
So I'm just putting that out there that is apparently a rule within their church.
Kevin Hart and Chris Rock are going on tour soon, and this is only going to elevate their
slap your face.
Because it's going to be material for if
again. That's why this is fake.
If Kevin Hart's going to have a field day with this.
If I'm Vince McMahon, now I got WrestleMania this weekend. We're doing a spoof match, baby. We're dressing 2 cats up as Chris Rock and Will Smith.
Ric Flair put a post out there today going, "Hey, this is no big deal. You know how many times I've been slapped?" And he put a video of the girl slapping him in the center.
I think it was actually Charlotte doing it.
The guy's been slapped probably 10,000 times in the ring.
Sure.
So,
I thought that was interesting that there was a potential Scientology spin to all this. That's why he did it.
I hadn't thought about that, but
there's the one camera shot that I do want that we never got, and I hadn't seen. It's like people have gone over the film like it's the Zapruder film, like you're looking for the man on the grassy knoll, but nobody has a shot of right after the joke. There's a moment where Will Smith and Jada look at each other, and she gives him some sort of direction, and nobody has that. And to me, that's the smoking gun. Is if you get Jada's reaction and what she says to Will, then you know the cause of it. If she tells him, look in the manual, page 3, then we know it was the Scientology thing.
Of course, Glenn is convinced that Jada's a witch, so has some sort of,
I think she has powers,
magical powers over him.
I have no further call.
We are all up in Holton's segment. We have not talked any football.
I'm good on this topic for the day.
Yeah. All right. I just want to bring it up, get out of the way.
I'm just bringing it up. I'm just telling you what the internet's saying right now. As our internet correspondent.
Thank you, Glenn.
You're welcome.
Are you on entertainment tonight?
That's what it's more or less my bid. Yeah.
Okay.
TMZ.
Da-na-na, da-na, it's that type of thing.
Been any slaps going on at practice, Holden? Any fights?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's always some with football. none like that.
That's good to know. Good to know.
Keep the helmet on.
Yeah.
We just saw a Malik Fleming pick 6. How's the defense looking right now, Holden?
They're good. He's looking really good. He's really taking a step forward with Jaquan gone. And I had another pick right there. But yeah, I mean, he's looking really good. He's working really hard. He should be one of the top corners here in the conference. He really was last year. I mean, Jaquan got all the accolades and all that, but I mean, he was right there behind him. So we're looking pretty good.
Back to a pro day because, Tyler Snead, Audio Matosha, those guys looking for their shot to play professional football. Warren Saba has already signed on with the USFL team. Yeah. Now, I guess if he obviously gets drafted or an NFL team wants him, he can still go that route. But so many options now for these guys. We talked to Justin Chase on Friday, who has had meetings and played in front of scouts from NFL, CFL, USFL. So a lot of options for these guys, Holden. We could see a lot of Pirates in different spots next year.
Yeah, that's what's pretty cool, man, is like the XFL really kind of started getting things going and giving guys chances. And, I mean, that's like Warren. I mean, he kind of thought, I mean, from what he said, he wasn't going to get drafted, so he'd rather, instead of just going into a rookie mini camp for a weekend and hoping that he does good there, he's going to go with the USFL and have a full season of film that the NFL can watch and trust in himself there. And I mean, I think that's a good. I mean, it's a good thing for him to do. I mean, more film, the better. With the NFL. I mean, anytime they can get to see you play outside of college is pretty good. So.
And Troy, that's getting hyped up during the tournament. I'm seeing a lot of USFL commercials.
Yeah, I was a little kind of iffy on it, but now I'm starting to buy into the hype clip.
At least week football. 1, right?
Yeah, I will be all in on week 1.
And we got McGinn and Saba to root for. We got some Pirates in there.
Skip Holtz, former coach.
Skip's there, yeah, that's right.
Coaching the Birmingham team.
Yeah.
So there's a few tie-ins.
Larry Fedora's there. We can root against him.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of rooting
Will Larry
interest.
be ready?
That's right. Larry and Skip, I believe, is week 1.
Yeah.
So that'll be a matchup we can watch.
Another classic coaching matchup right there. Like two of the college greats right there. Just like.
And here they are in the pros.
I was gonna use a basketball analogy, but I won't.
Like Coach K?
Yeah, but I don't know.
And Hubert Davis?
Yeah, I don't know if he's one of the greats yet. Although I got to give him credit. He got him in the Final Four.
All right. Give him credit.
You know?
Yep.
No.
No. By the way, Coach K told another person to shut up over the weekend.
Who was that?
It
was
Ben
one of his
Caro.
players.
Yeah, Paulo. He was like, this guy's the GOAT. He was like, shut up.
Shut up. No, please.
Did he tell you to shut up?
He never did. He was super nice to me.
What do you think about East Carolina?
Nothing but class, and really liked him.
Redbeard had a question. What does Troy D want more, Coach K's friendship or daylight savings forever?
Well,
you can only choose one.
I got news for you. Sunshine is always going to win out.
All right.
Yeah.
So you want
bye, Coach K.
More than Coach K knowing who you are.
That's an easy pick for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate the question, but yeah, that's Sunshine is going to win out over Coach K.
There you go.
Now, more Sunshine with Coach K, that would be great.
Oh, God.
No, please. Please, no.
No.
Everyone,
please.
be quiet.
No. Please, everyone be quiet.
Back to football before Holton just completely busts out of the room.
He's got Duke. What are you talking about?
Donnie Kirkpatrick was on with Brian Bailey. Bailey asked him about the structure for the game, and he said that last year the players went to, I guess, Coach Houston and said, hey, can we do like a draft format, that kind of thing? And he said that was a big hit. Or you think that's going to be the case this year as well?
I'd like to. I mean, that's the funnest thing for us to do. I mean, I think the fans will have fun either way because, I mean, either way it's going to be offense versus defense in some sort. So the draft is definitely something fun for us. I mean, it's going to be fun, like I said, either way, but having to be able to pick players and do stuff like that, I mean, that's kind of what the spring's for, just to make it fun. And, I mean, at the end of the day, we're going to go out there and play ball. Might as well make it the most fun we can.
Also heard him say it's winners gets prime rib, loser gets served bologna.
Was it potted meat or was it bologna sandwiches?
Yeah, bologna sandwiches or something. Did the losers have to serve the winners?
Yes, they do.
So, have you
been on both sides or one?
So, literally the past couple of years, like in the spring game, like we'll pick teams and our teams are all, like, I feel like my teams have always been like stacked, like where I was like, yeah, we got more starters and all that, but the starters don't play but like a certain amount of drives.
It's like a bait and switch. Like you look great on paper, but then they play the backups.
Yeah,
it's a spring game.
Yeah, so the starters, we'll get a couple of drives and we'll go out there. So I've lost like one. I think I've lost one. We lost Yeah, it was like we had one last year. We didn't have one 2 years ago.
So if you're drafting, you got to put on your GM cap this year and say, I need some really good backups when I get taken out of the game.
You got to use some psychology in that.
Think about that.
Hadn't thought about that. They should let you call the plays too then.
Oh, I'd love to. It's my 5th year. I should know the offense by now.
I know. They'll let you call the plays and you decide who plays.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Kind of would be a Coach Ahlers out there.
How much growth have you seen from Mason, from Stubblefield, the guys behind you, Holton?
No, they're going a lot. I mean, your second and third year when you're going to grow the most in the offense. Before that, you got so much you're learning, and after that, I mean, you should kind of know everything. But with them, man, it's just experience. Once you get in there more, it's gonna. I mean, Mace has some game experience now, so he's going to grow a little bit quicker than the rest of the guys. But I mean, Flynn and Stubby and even Walter. I mean, he's playing a little bit of receiver now, but he's still getting quarterback reps, and they're all coming along good. I mean, that's kind of what the spring's for, is to see what you got behind the starters, and especially when you have so many guys returning, it's kind of to develop depth. And I mean, they're coming along really well.
And we saw Mason Garcia come in with some packages last year, running touchdowns, throw touchdowns. So something I guess we'll see moving forward in 2022. One would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, they're trying to. They got to figure. I mean, this is my last year. No matter what, I don't have a year after this, so they got to figure out, who's the guy after that. And anytime you get a guy in there and get them some live reps when they have the opportunity to, I'm all for it.
How's the brand going? I see you got a cool hoodie, built when broken. I like the that print, the BWB print. How's that still going?
It's going well. We released some hoodies, a new design probably a month ago now that have sold really well. Really within the college. Campus, they've sold really well. And we got some T-shirts coming out here soon, probably next month or so, too, that we're going to release. So they'll all be in Shimmer and all that.
All right, so really locally available at Shimmer Boutique for folks off Greenville Boulevard. They can check that, and Red Banks Road.
Yes, sir.
Good stuff. Yeah, it looks good. So keep up the good work with that. Anything else before we let you go for today?
No, sir. Go Pirates.
All right. Holton Ahlers inside the Players Lounge with us. Our spring football edition, Clip Rock, but the Players Lounge will continue today as we got 4 great ECU players coming up.
Yeah, CJ Mayhew, Ryder Giles, Bryson Worrell, Zach Agnos, and they are coming off. It stinks that the only loss of the week came yesterday because they had a really good week.
I know it always kind of it makes you kind of go into the week a little down, but they had a great week, as you said. If you put the
4 in 1 week.
Yeah. Can't just dwell on the last game.
And the
big picture.
The one happened most recently. Right. So, but we'll talk about that winning week with those guys and a huge game coming up on Tuesday.
Big time game against the Wolfpack of NC State here in Greenville. Game time has been moved up to 4:30, so take account of that. May want to duck out of work a little early.
Okay.
Coming up Thursday.
Cool.
If you're
How about tomorrow?
Not having to work. Or you can sneak out.
How about on Tuesday?
Tuesday, Tuesday. What did I say?
Thursday,
Tuesday. I meant Tuesday, tomorrow.
So what'd you say? Leave work early?
Yeah, if you're not a Pirate Radio employee, I think you should absolutely leave work early.
Dang. Oh, close.
But we can, maybe we'll try and file a live report with you. You going out there, Holton, tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be there right after. I was going to go right after practice, but we'll be a little late now because practice ends. But heck yeah, I'll be out there.
Originally, it was set for what? I want to say 6 or 6:30.
6:30, I believe, something like that.
Which I guess they moved it for the cold. Which, you know me, I hate the cold, so I'm okay with that. But this makes it harder for fans to get to on a weeknight.
Did you give them a call? Say, hey, change it real quick. You mind?
For me, I would have actually kept it at 6:30 because I think it would give time for people to get there more.
Right.
And I would balance this is better for our fans versus the cold issue, but I understand.
Well, who changed it? Because Cliff Godwin doesn't talk about the weather.
Evidently, somebody does over there.
Yeah.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
And heads up, Holton, if y'all are practicing, because Josh Moylan is heating up and sending calls over to the practice field. So,
yeah. Hey, I'm all for it.
Keep your helmet on.
I think when you say you don't talk, read, or look at things, you're talking, reading, and looking at things.
That seems to be the case sometimes.
Yeah. I don't ever listen to what the media says. I'm listening to what the media says.
All right, Holton, thanks for joining us, man.
Good seeing you, man. Keep up the good work.
Yes, sir.
We'll talk to you again next Monday.
Yep, I'll be back next week.
CJ Mayhew warming up in the pen. He'll join us coming up next right here on Pirate Radio Live as we'll talk Pirate baseball when we return on Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. Back with you after this.
Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week.
Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello, this is Michael McGraw from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville. We offer a variety of services including arthroscopic surgery, sports medicine, carpal tunnel and general orthopedics, fracture care, total joint replacement, physical therapy, and on-site MRIs. For experienced professional medical care, visit our office on W.H. Smith Boulevard in Greenville and online at orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East providing services to ECU and Pitt County athletics for over 35 years. Go Pirates!
Did you know time spent outdoors can help improve your children's health and bring balance to their life? The Outdoor Heritage Advisory Council invites you to join the Patch program. This program is for any child under the age of 16 and includes activities like fishing, hunting, and hiking. These are just one of the many ways you can earn the exclusive patches from the Outdoor Heritage Council. For more information on how to sign up and get your adventure started, visit outdoorheritage.nc.gov.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. Country Joe has hung up his chest protector. I'll have some thoughts next.
I'm Clip Brock.
I'm Chandler Honeycutt.
I'm Shirley Rhodes.
Join us every weekday from 3 to 6 for Pirate Radio Live.
We'll keep you up to date on everything going on with ECU Athletics and make you a winner each and every day when we open up the Pirate Radio Booty Bag.
You can hear the show streaming online, on radio, and on social. Catch us weekdays on Pirate Radio Live from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Major League Baseball umpire Joe West has always been a favorite son around here. He grew up in Greenville, played football at ECU, and then went on to Elon, where he was a star quarterback, and today is a proud member of that school's Hall of Fame. It was on the baseball diamond, however, where Joe became known nationally. At the end of last season, he called it a career. West umpired 5,376 games, the most ever. He worked 6 World Series and 3 All-Star games among his record 43 seasons. He's also a singer-songwriter and has appeared at the Grand Ole Opry. An avid golfer, he has played on the Celebrity Players Tour. He's also a cancer survivor. He's one of a kind, and baseball will miss Joe West. Come on back again next time, and we'll visit inside the booth.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
This is Coach Steve Shankweiler, offensive line coach for East Carolina University football. And you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you here, Pirate Radio Live on a Monday. Coming up 4 o'clock, we'll talk to Ryder Giles. 4:30, Bryson Worrell. 5 o'clock, Zach Agnos, as we are inside the Players Lounge here on a Monday, presented by Delcor. Joining us now
East Carolina reliever CJ Mayhew coming off a 4-1 week. Unfortunately, that one happened most recently, CJ, but we're going to talk about the week as a whole, and it was a good week for you guys, beating UNCW, Elon, and then winning a series over VCU. So, got to be feeling pretty good, right?
No, yeah, feeling really good. Always coming out, winning a series at home is always big, and then also picking up the 2 midweek games.
How did the UNCW fans treat you guys on Tuesday? We talked about that a lot last week. Were they friendly?
Surprisingly, it wasn't as bad as last year. They actually had a guy, like a security guy in the pen or right beside the pen, so we didn't get too much crap out there.
Got that W on the road. Always good to win on the road, and then with the 4 straight at home, winning 3 out of 4 of those. And man, Saturday, kudos to the Pirate Nation. The weather didn't cooperate as much on Sunday, and it was an earlier start. But man, Saturday it was packed out there. Great atmosphere for a baseball game.
No, it was slammed out there. I remember I was in the dugout and just looking around. I think it was me and a couple other guys, and we were just looking around talking about how many people was there. We was taking shots at who could have the right guess. But no, it was awesome.
And it was the 20th most attended game at Clark LeClaire in history. I remember I had to read that announcement on Saturday, so that was awesome to see. We also saw some dingers over the weekend, including back-to-back home runs on Friday from Moylan and Starling. Let's talk about those for a moment. Great to see Josh Moylan heating up right now, but how about Starling with the it wasn't a bat flip, it was what do you call that? A
strut, maybe.
Maybe a
little strut.
Whatever it did, it looked like he'd done that before, because he looked pretty good doing it, I gotta say. Do y'all grade like how the home runs look and the trots and all that?
We'll tell him how good it was, but obviously when he first hit it, I was just looking at the ball, and and then when I looked online and saw the video that was posted, I'd give him a pretty good grade.
And Carter Cunningham and Bryson Worrell go back-to-back on Sunday, and man, Worrell hits he can hit some no-doubters, can't he?
Yeah, that guy hits the ball hard. Harder than probably anybody I've ever seen.
And unfortunately, that was all for the offense yesterday. It happened early in the game. Pirates scored 2 runs in the 5-2 loss. And CJ, we talked about how yourself and the bullpen have gotten the starters out of some jams so far this year. Unfortunately, it was kind of the opposite yesterday, because Josh Gross might have had the best start of the year for Pirates so far.
Yeah, no, he had it was a great start from Gross. He done it all fall, pitching wise, and it showed yesterday that all his work he's put in is really paid off. But we gave it to the bullpen, and we just have to do a better job of trying to keep the score where it is.
It was also a week where we saw a lot of middle infielders on the mound. And how about Ryder Giles getting the start and looking good? Also pitched well midweek. And then Zach Agnos got some innings in this week as well, helping out the bullpen.
No, yeah, Ryder, he's a good pitcher just because he throws strikes. He's going to fill it up. And then Zach's the same way. He's always going to throw strikes, and that's all you can ask.
All right, CJ, you're one game at a time. You don't look ahead, all that. Well, now the NC State game's here, so we can talk about it. Yeah. Being a guy that understands that rivalry, how important is it when you play teams like this, and how much do you want to beat those guys?
Obviously I want to beat them pretty bad, but I try not to make the game bigger than it is. Try to go in there just like any other game and play our best baseball, and that'll give us the best chance to win.
And then after that, it's on to conference play. So I think you were the one that said it last week. Things kind of reset 0-0 once you get into conference play. So new lease on life for you guys. And we've seen you dominate this conference in years past. And looks like, looking at the standings, and I talked to Aaron Fitt from D1 Baseball last week. He says that going into the year, ECU's the favorite. Maybe that's not changed that much, but looks like this thing's wide open in league play. Could be anybody's year this year.
Yeah. Just whenever it gets hot, I guess. But we're focused on this game right now. But after that, we'll be pretty confident heading into conference play.
On the road at Cincinnati this weekend, CJ Mayhew joining us. NC State does have a number beside their name. I believe they're coming off a sweep against Georgia Tech, so they're playing pretty well. First pitch time has moved up to 4:30. We talk about great crowds. CJ, should be another good one there on Tuesday, I would imagine.
Yeah. I hope it's packed.
CJ, so let's talk about where you are right now in this season. What are you doing well? What do you want to improve on the second half of the season?
Obviously, I've had a okay start of the season, but I'd like to throw a little bit more strikes and not get behind in counts, and then that's about it.
Is that really the key? Those first couple pitches up in at bat, kind of getting ahead.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get ahead, there's just opens up more options of pitches that you can throw. So, when you're behind the count, you obviously got to throw something that you have confidence in as a strike. But once you're ahead, you can kind of put them away with you have multiple pitches. So.
CJ, 3.63 ERA, 2-0 record on the year. What numbers, if any, do you look at? I mean, is it the strikeout to walk ratio? Is that something you look at? Is it what are numbers are important to you?
If I'm being honest, I haven't looked at any numbers this year. So, no, I don't really look at them.
How about as far as the analytics side of baseball? It seems to keep growing and growing every year. Anything like that? I mean, are you old school, like 100%, where you're doing your thing, or do you look at any of that kind of stuff?
I'd say more old school. Yeah, I don't. I mean, the numbers they do play a big part. Just me personally, I don't really know too much about them, so I don't dive deep into them. I kind of let our pitching coach do that.
Yeah, and and Austin Knight and company will also kind of let you know what to expect from the hitters you're going to face too, right?
Yeah, he'll. That I guess that'd be the only thing that I do. Is, Coach Knight would tell us. The hitters and some of the hitters on the teams that you don't want to let beat us, and that's about it.
CJ Mayhew joining us. CJ, you said you saw some of Gonzaga Memphis last week. Have you been able to watch any of the tournament over this past weekend?
No, I watched Carolina. Was it last night?
That would have been Saturday. Yesterday? Okay. Yeah. Now I forgot. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They beat St. Peter's.
I watched. That's the only one I caught up on.
So, Final Four is set. Carolina versus Duke. First time ever in the NCAA tournament they're going to meet up. And then Villanova, Kansas on the other side. Who wins the whole thing?
Probably, I'd say Carolina.
Okay. All right. The Tar Heels are rolling right now. Looking like one of the best teams in the country. This is a stacked Final Four, though. Should be a lot of fun. You'll be in Cincinnati, and the championship's next Monday night, so you'll be able to at least watch that one if you want to.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up next Monday. All right, CJ. I don't know how we feeling heading into NC State tomorrow. Team coming off a loss, but coming off a 4-1 week. So I don't know. How do you balance that? You're only as good as your last game where you lost that one, but you've won 4 out of 5 going into tomorrow. So what's the feeling?
Yeah, obviously losing the last game. I think it kind of makes us a little hungry for tomorrow. So we'll be ready to go.
Good deal, CJ. Well, good luck, man, and we'll who knows when we might see you on the mound tomorrow. Might see, hey, the way Cliff's going this year, we might see you start a game coming up soon. We have seen a lot of different things as he's trying to find the right formula to get wins. But y'all keep up the good work, man, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
CJ Mayhew and the Pirates will be taking on NC State coming up on Tuesday, 4:30, and then it's on to Cincinnati as the Pirates play the Bearcats to open up conference play this weekend. We'll take a timeout, come back, wrap up hour number 1, and we'll talk to Ryder Giles coming up at 4 o'clock. A lot more to go on Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. All products and services are on sale at our Spring Extravaganza, April 4th through the 8th, beautybarmedispa.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holton Ahlers for my friends at ArcPoint Labs. Just as I trust my teammates, you can trust ArcPoint Labs to give you quick and accurate results for all your laboratory testing needs. If you are in need of COVID testing for your return to school, work, or for travel, ArcPoint Labs is offering same-day PCR and antigen testing with little to no wait time. Please visit any of the 6 Eastern North Carolina ArcPoint Labs locations or make an appointment now at onehourcovidresults.com. Go Pirates!
Temperatures are in the low 30s at 10 a.m., increasing sharply to 75 degrees by 1 p.m., and then dropping into the teens by 10 p.m. So before you go to work, put on some gloves, pack some shorts, and a parka. That should cover you for the day.
Your heating and cooling take a beating. Guarantee your system is ready when you need it. Call Delcor. Buy a new train system and make no payments until 2023. It's hard to stop a train. With inflation and high gas prices, you don't need another payment. So buy this month and make no payments until 2023. Delcor, the service professionals.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
In Greenville, you know how much it means to have neighbors you can count on, like the one who mowed your lawn that week you were sick. Well, here's another good neighbor you can count on, State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer. Timothy and his team are here to help life go right when you combine home and auto insurance, which can save you money and time. So combine home and auto and start the savings rolling. Call State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer at 493-0002 and start saving today.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Hi, this is Parker Bunch. When I'm not hitting dingers or going viral, I'm listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. They are the local tech support experts for any of your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
All righty, welcome back into a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live, the Players Lounge edition of PRL. We've already talked to Holton Ahlers and CJ Mayhew. Coming up at 4 o'clock, we'll talk to Ryder Childs, Bryson Worrell. Also in the 4 o'clock hour, Zach Agnos. In the 5 o'clock hour, inside the Players Lounge, presented by Delcor. Our ECU baseball recap on Mondays, presented by Brandon Manning and Farm Bureau Insurance. You can call Brandon 531-1812 to schedule a review and get a free quote. East Carolina coming off a series win over VCU and a couple of midweek wins. Unfortunately, the one loss of the week is the one that happened most recent. And Shirley, do you have Cliff Godwin from yesterday? Ready to go?
Hold on one second. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure I do. Yep.
All right, let's hear his comments. We'll just hear a little bit of this after the loss yesterday.
We played really good for 5 innings. I thought Groves was outstanding. Been searching for a guy to go out there and take the ball and be a starter, and that's what we thought he was going to be, and he was really good today. Had 3 pitches, fastball, slider, and his changeup. It's my fault. I shouldn't have ran him back out there for the 7th. It's not his pitch count was down, and that's what we knew. Our bullpen was thin as far as those guys have been running out there so much, and of course he walks the leadoff guy just because he was out there too long. So I guess that part can be on me, but we got to have some relievers besides Saylor, Mayhew, and Spivey that step up, because we're having to go to those guys too much, and we got too many guys down there that just think this is travel baseball, and it's not travel baseball. So, and offensively, thought we were good early, and then we took our foot off the gas pedal, which has been our MO when we get a lead, and just think we're going to win the game because we're in front. So, good learning lesson there.
All right, there's some of Cliff Godwin from yesterday. Had some positive things to say about his team, and also some relievers need to step up so the top relievers aren't stressed, and also got to have that hungry attitude even when you do put a couple of runs on the board early. And I was there. The way Gross was pitching and the Pirates getting that early lead, it felt like the sweep is coming, and I took my foot off the caring about the game gas, and it doesn't matter what I think, but maybe some of the players did too, at least offensively, the way
What are you doing?
Cliff Godwin said that.
Stay focused.
I know, I admit.
Stay focused.
I started watching the Miami basketball game while I was in the press box. I did not focus in. I mean, maybe part of the loss goes to me.
And once you did that, not only did the Pirates get down, but Miami gets down and loses big to Kansas.
Yeah, Clip, that was all your fault.
Your fault.
You're the only person in there that watches sports while the game's going on.
I
Only
watched
one.
it from tip-off when Miami had a lead at halftime.
Yeah, but once you're focused on the ECU baseball game,
focus
strictly to the Miami game, things go downhill for the Canes. And now they're done with the NCAA tournament, thanks to Clip Brock.
I am not taking any credit for Miami losing. I'll take a little bit for ECU's baseball loss yesterday, but that is all.
A little bit, for sure.
Miami done, Arkansas done, as Duke knocks off the Razorbacks. And
it was meant to be.
What a fun ride it was with both the Razorbacks and Hurricanes. But for the first time ever, it'll be Duke and North Carolina facing off in the NCAA tournament. And never thought we'd see this, and we're seeing it coming up on Saturday night, 8:49. The local sports bars will be absolutely buzzing. There's going to be there'll probably be a divorce or two from somebody you know in your life because of this game. There will definitely be a fight or 12.
Yeah,
somebody you know will be involved in a fist fight Saturday night. And just there's be a lot of happy folks, a lot of miserable people, and a lot in the Pirate Nation that don't care either way about how this game goes. But it is going to be quite the spectacle coming up late night Saturday night. And by the way, the game before that, it could be an even better game. Villanova and Kansas. I mean, what an amazing Final Four. This has been the perfect tournament where we've had upsets, overtime, clutch performances. And now it's just big boys throwing haymakers in the Final Four. This is if you could script the tournament, this is how it should go.
I'm going to say this right now, and I think I said it last week, maybe off the air, but the Duke North Carolina game, there will be more eyes on that game
than the national championship. True.
I can't wait to see the ratings.
Well, yeah, absolutely, because half of the people watching this North Carolina Duke game are going to be sick to their stomachs on Monday and aren't going to watch the championship.
Exactly.
I mean, because is this for ultimate bragging rights? Like, you can say ACC titles, regular season, we got more wins in the ACC tournament than you. But this is going to be the ultimate, right? We beat you in the Final Four.
You think about the history of this rivalry between the Tar Heels and the Blue Devils, and you think of it, this is the peak of the history mountain between these two teams. And it's going to go down at 8:49 on Saturday night.
It especially feels that way for the ultimate bragging rights for UNC, because if you if Coach K's final game in his coaching career with Duke ends in a Final Four loss to UNC, there's no way it gets worse than that for Duke.
Yeah,
they'll never live it down.
And there's one guy, and look, this one guy, our former friend.
Our former friend? He's not a friend anymore?
No, he is. He's still a friend. I still love talking Charlotte Hornets basketball, especially after last night's big win in Brooklyn. Atticus on Twitter,
our former intern, one of those. Yeah, he's still a Tar Heel guy.
Oh my gosh, dude! I don't think we'd ever hear. We would never hear the end of it if the Tar Heels beat the Blue Devils and sink the Coach K ship for the final time, for the second time this year. The first time being in Cameron Indoor, his last time there.
But
that's already bad enough.
And we
putting
were
a
wrong.
stamp on his career.
We were wrong saying that the North Carolina has the ultimate bragging rights for beating him in Cameron. Now, if Duke comes back and wins this one, that one's forgotten.
Yeah.
That one's completely forgotten.
Well, I didn't. I knew this was going to happen. I had a feeling.
Oh, you did? Good call, man. Way to go.
I had a feeling that this was going to happen. That's why I never said that was the last hurrah between these two teams.
Is it on your bracket?
No, but hey, go back. Look, go back to that. I want to go back to that schedule for the Final Four.
All right.
Villanova.
Shirley, give me
Kansas.
some March Madness music.
And this is the transition.
Because we have
hold
to say congratulations.
No, we don't.
Villanova, Kansas, and Duke. They look familiar. That's right. It's because they're in my Final Four. Because I have those three teams in my Final Four. Yes, I did have Baylor in my Final Four. Yes, I had Baylor winning the whole thing. Who needs a whole bunch of Bears? When you got Wildcats, you got Jayhawks, and you got Blue Devils. Tell the people. Let's take a look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by The Buck.
The Buck. Coming in last place, Jenny. That's all I wanted to. All right. First place with 68 big points. Chandler Honeycutt, Lord of the Brackets.
I am the bracket god.
And now, in second place, myself and Ellerby with 56. If my math is right, the most points I can get in this thing is 67. I believe you have this mathematically won, Chandler. I think it's over. I think we can stop the count.
It's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. It's over.
We can call it a day.
There'll be some shuffling around in the middle, but
if Kansas beats Villanova and Kansas wins the championship, Chandler will have me beat by 1 point, to which then I will launch a full recount of the entire tournament to see if Chandler got an extra point somewhere. But as of right now, Chandler is going to win our March Madness pool.
Oh my gosh. Give me all the Bagel Man I can get.
Which I think is great, because I'm going to take a lot of credit for this, because Chandler, producer of this show, listens to my knowledge each and every day when it comes to college basketball. And I feel like I've really helped him along the way. I feel like I'm going to take a little bit of credit in your championship.
And you know what? Rightfully so, because I have learned a lot from Clip Brock, and I appreciate it. I'm so glad that you're right behind me along with Jonathan Ellerby.
That's right.
Somebody give me a break.
How about you be good at something? Be good. Do something worth talking about.
How about you
almost gave you a betting winner?
Your our conversation out of your mouth.
Again, you're the king of almosts.
This is terrible.
You almost gave me a betting winner yesterday.
This is the worst day in my short pirate radio history.
I appreciate it.
You know what really grinds my gears?
What's
Please
that?
tell me.
If you look in fourth place, last week, my friend Cashel, who is in the pool, who runs security for Pirate Radio,
that's right,
was tied with me at 37 points last week. Now, when I filled out her basically I helped her fill out, I just told her the games and she told me who to put down so she could fill out a bracket. She completely guessed and has 3 of the remaining Final Four teams left.
And guess what?
And leapfrogged from, the lower half of the pack to 4th freaking place.
Did you say y'all were tied at 37?
We were last week, yes.
And now you still have 37.
I still have 37 because I have no Final Four teams left.
Yikes. So there you go.
Oh, I got one more thing to say. This is the last week I can do this.
Oh, and
this is March.
Thank you.
And you see where Bryce Williams is.
Bryce Williams, middle of the pack.
That's right.
And he has North Carolina as a champion, can even move up further in the
He can
standings.
move up even further.
So congratulations to Bryce Williams on a pretty good bracket compared to others, including
and
the
we
bracket.
laughed at him when we got his bracket.
No, he's ahead of the bracket god, Glenn Griffin.
Yeah, he did have Creighton and North Carolina in the national championship, but now half of that is potentially correct.
Yeah,
with Carolina still in the Final Four.
Been a fun tournament. Going to be a great March Madness Final Four as well.
I want to shake your hand, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Just remember the folks that counted your points if you win that bagel man.
Thank you, Shirley.
Okay, I'll get you lunch. I'll get you and Morgan lunch.
All right. You have a question for a bit we set up before the show?
Oh, yeah.
You got a question for me? Do you remember you were going to ask me a question? We were going to do this bit that we set up before the show?
Oh, yeah, no. Well, first of all, slow your roll. You're talking to the Pirate Radio.
We got to take a break. Do the bit.
Okay.
All right.
My bracket's looking good.
Like places, everyone. All right.
So my bracket's obviously looking good.
Hey, yeah, you did a great job on your bracket.
Yeah, well, now you usually do a family bracket challenge at home.
Yeah.
How's Judy? How's Judy's bracket?
What did you just say to me?
I just said, how's Judy's bracket?
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
You really want me to slap
You
him?
heard the man. You heard
We
the
set this
man.
up too.
Whoa!
We got to go to
what
break.
What are you doing?
All right. No more pre-planned bits.
It's horribly staged.
That was worse than the staged one we saw last night.
You might have made more connection.
At the award show. I think I did. All right. Panthers.
It was a slap heard round the world.
NFL draft hats are out. Do you like it, Chandler? I don't think it looks that bad.
No, I'll tell you one thing. That's the best one we've had in a few years.
That doesn't look too bad.
There was 1 year where the Panthers had one, and it looked like you would get it at like Wings in Myrtle Beach.
Did it have a Confederate flag and a Big Johnson?
No, but it had the state of South Carolina logo there, and that's what really. And it was like 3 different logos on one hat. So
too much.
Oh, so a
it
typical
was giving
like
me wing vibes.
No fear hat.
Bracket champ Chandler Honeycutt's here. When we return, we will talk to. I got another update on Ryder Giles' resume on his business card. ECU shortstop, ECU slugger, ECU closer, and now ECU weekend starter. Ryder Giles.
There you go.
Will join us when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
The Special Olympics USA Games is my time to shine.
And Jersey Mike's Day of Giving is yours.
Grab a sub on Wednesday, March 30th, and all sales will be donated to the Games.
Jersey Mike's, be a sub above. The Special Olympics USA Games is my time to shine. And Jersey Mike's Day of Giving is yours. Grab a sub on Wednesday, March 30th, and all sales will be donated to the Games. Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
It's time to spread game. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming with an all-new tour. 4 quarters of big plays, ankle-breaking moves, and ball-handling wizardry. Do they dunk? Do they dunk? See the stars rattle the rim in the all-new in-game dunk contest. This is the team everyone can cheer for. The Spread Game Tour is coming. Don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters in Greenville on March 28th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and made-from-scratch pastas. Check out the 16-ounce cowboy steak or the seafood delight pasta. Join us for our legendary brunch on Sundays from 10 to 2. The Rick House can feed your larger crowds with off-site catering and room for 125 in our adjacent banquet hall. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
For dine-in or to-go, Familia is your favorite place for great Italian food and more. Familia has just launched a new menu featuring new pizzas like the Sweet and Spicy and the Southwest Chicken. Every Sunday, you can feed the whole family with a buy one, get the second pizza half-price special all day. If you need to unwind after work during the week, stop by Wednesday for half-price wine, and Thursdays, all drafts are only $2. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Greenville Utilities Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their utility costs, and you can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation, and GUC will match all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
What a handsome man my football coach is.
The most handsome man out there is the Super Bowl champion coach, Sean McVay.
Sean McVay's looking buff. They got that picture up of all the NFL head coaches in their casual wear. Has McVay always been that buff? He's got some guns on him.
I mean, it's crazy.
I feel like we're in that Dumb and Dumber scene. He must work out.
Or with Troy Dreyfus every time he's on the show.
All right, let's get our wits about us and talk more ECU baseball. Inside the Players Lounge, presented by Delcor, joining myself and Chandler in the Pirate Radio studios. We've introduced him as ECU shortstop. We've introduced him as ECU closer, ECU slugger, power hitter. Well, he's now ECU weekend starter, Ryder Giles, joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios. Ryder, how you doing, man?
Doing good. What's going on?
So, do you take out the trash too in the dugout?
Weekend starter?
Yes.
What? When did you get the news that you were going to be starting on Saturday?
Friday night after the game.
So when we all got it?
Yeah.
maybe 5 minutes before.
Now we've seen you obviously pitch and pitch well in games. And did you start midweek?
Yes.
Yeah, you started midweek.
You started against Wilmington, right?
Yeah, Tuesday.
So you started before, but like I don't know, weekend starters a little bit of added pressure. Like, did you feel any different that Friday night or Saturday leading up to the game?
No, I got to watch more golf before the game, which was cool. I didn't have to be out on the field as early.
Ah, interesting.
So I got to chill in the locker room and watch some golf. So
okay.
That was cool.
Unfortunately, HV3 lost in his group to Kepka and them, so he did not participate. He will be in the Masters.
He is, yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so the only change is you got to watch more golf, so I guess you like being a weekend starter.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Ryder, you are a pitching machine, and by that I mean you're like a human pitching machine. Like, you just pump in strikes.
Yeah.
And I guess that's one thing that Cliff Godwin and AK and everybody likes about you is you just don't fall behind in many counts. So, I don't know, I guess that's something you pride yourself in, right?
Yeah, it is. Hitting is really hard to do, and, you know, a good hitter's got a 30% chance to get a hit. So, I mean, if you do the math there, you got a better shot of getting him out. So, if you throw strikes, and I think I mentioned it in the post game, you know, our defense has been really solid for several years, and so throwing strikes, letting them do their thing, it's a pretty simple game when you break it down.
I was thinking about that yesterday too. East Carolina, and we saw VCU commit a lot of errors, but very good defensive week for East Carolina in the 4-1 victory, and that was on display.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think it kind of goes up and down the lineup. There's no really holes on the field at all, so that's a great feeling as a pitcher, and you know, as an offense too, you try to get a couple runs, and then you know that defense is going to be good.
I want to highlight Josh Moylan while I'm thinking about it, because he got off to that slow start. We're starting to see him hit the ball. He launched one over the weekend, but his play at first has been really good, whether it be just fielding a ball, but his throws to second, also the stretches at first.
Yeah.
He's been really solid over there defensively.
Yeah, he has. He really took it upon himself, you know, in the offseason to get better defensively, and you know, he slimmed down a little bit. He actually looks kind of cut now, which is not something I envisioned myself saying 6 months ago. But he's worked really hard, and he's improved a lot defensively, and offensively he's starting to turn it around too.
And his exit velocity, you know, not just on home runs, but on hits. I mean, Worrell hit some bombs, and AMAC, and you got a lot of guys they can hit it, but I don't know if there was an exit velocity challenge. I think Josh Moylan may win that.
Yeah, definitely. Joey Rezick is another guy too. BP, he launches them, so he'd be in there too. But definitely Josh, yeah.
And he's got a little speed on him too, right?
Yeah, Rez, he can run. Yeah.
We've seen him on the base pass. So Ryder Giles, the Saturday starter for East Carolina, and you get the win, so that's good. Both, okay, can I say something? Or are you going to say I'm jinxing something if I say a fact?
No, if it's facts or a...
It's a fact, and it's from the past.
Okay.
So this is not going to be a jinx, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Both Saturday starters, Mason Delane on VCU side and one Ryder Giles on ECU side, went into the game with 0.00 ERAs. I just found that fascinating. And that's all I have to say. That was an interesting fact, right?
Yeah.
No, that's just a fact. You can't dispute
that's
facts.
An awesome fact.
Okay. And one of them came out of that game.
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to say that.
Crap, do we say too much? All right, I won't say anything else.
I do want to bring this up, though, with Ryder, because you're not the only position player that goes on the mound. So we saw Zach Agnos on Wednesday night just turn into a different... I'm going to ask him about it when he comes on the show in the 5 o'clock hour. You know, every pitch, whether you're on the mound or, you know, in the field... you're in every single pitch. You're in the zone. Is there a different mentality when you're on the bump though, rather than that shortstop?
I think definitely. With Zach, you have to get his opinion on it. He's pretty fierce up there. I don't know if you've seen that. He really gets into it, and I'm not really one to do the screaming and stuff coming off the mound, but Zach, he definitely gets into it. So I'm interested to see what he has to say about that.
Basically, your mindset just kind of stays the same, because I was telling Clip on Friday, I saw him at the breaker, and I said, or the breaker, tiebreakers. And
real casual up here.
I know, and trying to make it a regular thing. But I said you should have seen Zach Agnos on the mound. He was just stomping his feet after a strikeout, because we usually see Zach and he's smiling. He's like laid back, even when he's at second base or shortstop or third base that we saw this weekend. He seems kind of laid back. He's still in the game, but when he's on the mound, it's just a whole different animal.
Yeah, he does, and man, it's pretty fun to watch, to be honest with you. Yeah. He gets up there, and he's got a live arm, man. He can run up to 94, 95 if he wants to. So, I don't know if it's me not being able to do that I try to stay a little more calm up there, but definitely ask him. I want to see what he says about that.
He said that he takes a little bit of a Jake personality, kind of reminded us of the former Agnos that pitched at East Carolina, who we have pictures of him hulking up and stuff.
Yeah.
Ryder, how much did you pitch in high school?
I pitched quite a bit. I didn't really start that much. I usually came in like middle of the game, late in games. So not really too much of the starting aspect, but I did pitch quite a bit.
And how cool is it? I mean, you've been here for a while now as the everyday shortstop and somebody we rely on in the lineup, but anything it takes to win, right? Like you're doing whatever it takes for this team to be successful. And if that means to come in and eat some innings and not allow a run in a weekend start, so be it.
Yeah. I think the coolest part is you get another glove too. So that's as a baseball player, that's the cool part. You get another glove. But yeah, whatever. I mean, whatever the team needs to win. That's kind of been a mindset that I've tried to take on since my freshman year, and wherever it be, if it's third, short, first, second, whatever, pitching.
I think I asked you this going into the year, but you like your shortstop glove. It's old and worn in, right?
It is.
Is the pitching glove a little more pristine? Or?
Yeah, it's it doesn't really squeeze all the way. So those comebackers, I got to be careful. But that one's formed a little bit better, a little nicer, smells better.
And you come out to Lowrider as your warm up music for pitching. That's a nice touch. Remind me your walk up song again?
Hitting.
Yeah.
By the World.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one, but we all enjoy the Lowrider when you're warming up to that.
Yeah.
Good touch. I really like Bad Company, which is Jake Hunter, I want to say.
Yeah.
For a young guy to have that classic rock, that's a pretty badass warm-up song,
yeah,
too.
It is.
I like that.
I think he probably had some help with that one. I think he's a little young for that.
Definitely young for that, but I like that call. All right, so coming off a 4-1 week, and as I'll say to all the guys, unfortunately that one happened most recently. So how do you look at a 4-1 week when the most recent one was a loss? You know what I'm saying? It was a good week, but it didn't end great.
Yeah, when you lose on Sunday, you kind of forget you went 4-1 just because it sucks ending the weekend like that. But when you go back and assess the week, I mean, you get a tough road win at UNCW, which we haven't played good at historically.
Right.
And then Elon in pretty crappy conditions weather-wise, and then, a series win at home. So all in all, it was a great weekend, but it was tough to, end it on a loss.
And man, Ryder, you had a lot of people watching you on Saturday. That was a regional-like crowd at Clark LeClaire. Yeah,
I went down to the bullpen like the 7th inning to I can't remember what I was doing. I was talking to Chuck, I think, and I looked back. I was like, man, there's a lot of people out here. It was a great atmosphere.
Did you earn a jungle jump Saturday? I forgot to look.
I did.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And look, we're used to seeing whether it be you and Norby up the middle, you and Agnos. Now we're starting to see more of Joey Barini, Jacob Starling, and by the way, his. If it's not a bat flip, it's a bat drop.
Is that like a pimp walk?
It's like I would describe it as pimp walk. That's good.
Do you guys did you go back and review the film on that, because he looked pretty cool doing that?
He did. He looked very comfortable doing it. Norby quoted the tweet and said that looks familiar, but that's just Norby making everything about himself.
I missed that. I didn't see that, but that's it. But no, seeing these guys get in the lineup and produce. Not only great for the now, but kind of good to have for the future too, right? A Pirate baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. Star and we call Joey Barini, we call him Shaq. So interesting nickname for him. But Shaq and Star, they work really hard, and they're both great players, and we're starting to see that.
All right. Should I ask about the Shaq nickname?
I was going to ask too. How does that come about?
So he freshman fall. first day of practice, he comes out. We're taking ground balls, him and I at short. And he's got these, I mean, he's a smaller guy. You know, like smaller guys wear like the low top, like fast cleats. And like the catchers wear the big high top clunky ones. He comes out to shortstop wearing these big clunky. I was like, man, you got the Shaq 3000 on.
That's great.
Shaq, I like that.
So we just started calling him Shaq, and it stuck. And he's got it on his glove now too, so he's fully embraced it.
Oh, nice.
All right. Shaq will be the real Shaq as Joey Barini goes to Cincinnati on Friday. The real Shaq will be in Greenville at Doggy Jams.
Right across the street.
On Friday.
Yeah.
So,
you guys going to be there?
I'll be here. Somebody from Pirate Radio will be there, and hopefully we can get Shaq on for a few minutes.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
So that'd be cool. Yeah.
That'd be sick.
One day, Ryder, you'll be able to do this cool stuff when you're done playing baseball.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
But unfortunately, you got a baseball series to go win at Cincinnati. Before that, it's NC State tomorrow at home. It's got to get the juices flowing a little bit, right?
Absolutely. First time I've ever played them in the regular season. We played them once in the regional freshman year, but first time playing them in the regular season. So cool.
Last Tuesday, you started against an in-state opponent. Could it be the same tomorrow?
I have no idea.
I guess we'll find out when you do.
We'll find out, yeah. If you guys probably will find out before I do. So.
No, that is interesting, though. That well, I mean, did you have any idea on that Friday that you might be throwing some the next day? Like,
I kind of had a feeling. I didn't know that I'd be starting or whatever, but I kind of had a feeling I would be throwing at some point.
Your confidence level has to be at an all-time high right now while you're on the mound, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, feels good.
And you hear the term, like, pitching to contact. You're not up there throwing 98. You're getting your strikeouts here and there, but you're trusting the defense behind you, right?
Yeah, well, I can run it up to 98 if I want to. I just choose not to. I just choose not to. So,
okay. Why are you choosing not to? That would be cool to see.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. Yeah, I guess I should probably do that.
How many pitches do you have?
4.
What are they?
Fastball, slider, changeup, sinker.
How fast is your change?
It's about 75, 77.
Okay.
75, 77.
And your sink, how often do you throw the sinker?
That one is like, I'll usually, that's the one where I go like into a righty or into a lefty, just kind of try to get on the hands a little bit.
Okay.
So that one's, you can't really tell the difference between the fastball velo wise. It's usually about the same. Like 80, if I'm feeling good, maybe 84, 85. But
all right. And man, that's got to be hell for a righty with that arm angle you got, and you're at the very end of the mound over here, right?
Yeah.
Did you hit that guy in the left-hander's batter's box?
No, I didn't.
And they went and reviewed it and said you still hit him.
Yeah, the angles are not good, I don't think.
Yeah.
But J-Dub, Ryan was catching. He said the umpire didn't say anything. The batter looked at him and said, I think that hit me. And then the umpire awarded him first base.
Wow.
So I was like, that's...
He didn't even say that hit me. He said, I think that hit me.
Yeah, and if you go back and watch it, he didn't even react. Like it took him a couple seconds to...
And Blue was like, you know what? Yes, it did. Take
you know
first
what?
base.
You look very trustworthy.
And I'll say this, credit to that.
You look like a trustworthy fella.
Credit to that hitter, because as fast as you're throwing, to pretend he didn't feel it, you knew that stung.
Yeah.
When a Ryder Giles fastball hit you,
98 miles per hour.
It had to have hurt.
Credit to him for not rubbing it, for not even reacting.
Well, he didn't play on Sunday, so he was probably still sore.
Oh my God, that's right.
That's right. He pinch hit. He came in late. He was still banged up.
Coach is like, hey, you good to go after yesterday?
That's hilarious. All right, Ryder Giles joining us. And Ryder, keep up the good work, man. You guys, it's just one game. Us fans put more in it than it probably deserves. But any extra for NC State tomorrow, or just another 9-inning game?
Another 9-inning game, but there'll be some rough feelings both ways, I'm sure. So it'll probably be a pretty good one.
And you're getting into league play where you start to know some of the competition guys you've played against over the years. Who's the chirpiest team in the American?
That's got to go to the Corey Glores down there in
Tulane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Corey, though.
You'll be seeing Corey coming up later on in April.
Yes. Looking forward to it.
I think it must have been the guys before it was the Packard Brick House era. I think South Florida, they hated those guys, right?
Yeah, I think, the Gavin thing, too, telling that guy to get back.
Oh, yeah. And then he,
we won't say what happened.
Hey, speaking of former players, how about Burley getting a hit off of
DeGrom?
Did he go DeGrom and Scherzer?
And Scherzer in the same game.
Yeah.
That'd be like you striking out.
And
name some guys, Acuna and Freeman back to back.
And there's a stat out there where I believe only 13 players got a hit off of them last year.
Yep.
And now Burley had one off of each
in the same day.
pitcher. Yeah, in the same day.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
All right, Ryder. Well, good luck, man. And whether we see you in the mound or in the field tomorrow or at the dish, whatever.
You'll be playing baseball. We know that for a fact. Just don't know.
Just don't know where.
Do you have a championship pick for next Monday night? Who's going to survive the Final Four and win the championship?
Coach Godwin's probably going to hate me for saying this, but I got to go with the Heels.
All right. I think CJ said the same.
Yeah.
So
I hope so.
Y'all might have some extra running to do.
Yeah, we might be in some trouble.
All right, Ryder. Thanks, man. Enjoyed it.
Thanks for having me.
Ryder Giles joining us, East Carolina weekend starter, putting together a great performance against VCU on Saturday. Pirates and Pack Tuesday, 4:30, Clark LeClaire. And then this weekend on the road at Cincinnati. When we return, we owe Bryson Worrell some spins on the Tilt-A-Whirl as he dropped a bomb on a Sunday. What do you got,
bombs? You want one?
Yep. Tristan Newton has entered the transfer portal. And Tristan just released a note in his own Twitter page that says, ECU, thank you for welcoming me in with open arms. I want to thank my teammates and coaches because without you guys, I'm no one. With that being said, I will be entering the transfer portal for my last 2 years left of eligibility. Love forever, Pirate Nation, end quote.
Damn. Did he say anything about that picture he took with me at Subdogs?
Yeah, he said, shout out my friend Clip Bro.
Now that's nice, but
I think he said this is the reason why I'm entering the transfer portal.
Damn.
Oh boy.
Oh well.
That Newton enters the transfer portal thing last week doesn't look so good, right?
Yeah, his brother entered the portal on Friday, and we made a joke about it and tried to troll people, and this is what happens when you troll people. All right,
let's take a break.
Yeah. I guess I'll be back for the rest of the show with Bryson Worrell when we return after this.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. All products and services are on sale at our spring extravaganza, April 4th through the 8th. BeautyBarMedispa.com. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
Domino's week-long carry-out deal means you can carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each every day. That's right, $7.99 each, and every day means any day. But just in case there's any confusion, we've set up a helpful website to confirm if today's a day you can carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each at Domino's. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's week-long carry-out deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes extra large and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size.
Here today with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness. Dr. Jones, a lot of exciting new things going on.
Yes, so you may have seen our new facility, but we also have a private courtyard. There's an outdoor private area where we have artificial turf where it's fenced in, and we're going to be having our sunset yoga classes there. Those classes allow you to develop increased flexibility, more energy, and get better sleep. So come on and check those classes out today. Come by and see us, Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, Arlington Boulevard, or check us out online at kptonline.com.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Pirate Radio.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. David Price Construction, the proud ECU home services partner. Give them a call today at 919-292-5532, or you can visit them online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you here. If you're just tuning in, breaking news, was hoping this was not going to happen, was holding out some small glimmer of hope, but the odds are if you're an all-conference player at East Carolina in basketball, you are going to transfer. At least that's happened the last couple of years.
Back-to-back.
Chandler reminds me. Jaden Gardner last year. And Tristan Newton announcing 8 or so minutes ago on social media that he will be entering the transfer portal. So I got to imagine that one team is probably going to pick up 2 Newtons because his brother entered the portal. There was some rumors that if Joe Dooley stayed as ECU basketball coach, we may have had 2 Newtons on the roster next year, but instead we'll have 0. Tristan Newton heading to the transfer portal. It was really fun to watch. Kind of weird to have an El Paso, Texas kid playing ball at East Carolina. So I'm assuming he returns to the state of Texas. A likely landing spot could very well be Texas A&M, where former East Carolina assistant coach Steve Rockefort is coaching in the NIT. And guess who else is in Madison Square Garden tomorrow night in the NIT?
Who's that?
My former favorite team, St. Bonaventure. We were here when they missed those free throws that knocked them out of the A-10 tournament.
And you threw away your St. Bonaventure shirt?
Threw away my shirt. I'm done with them, and they haven't lost since. They've played very well, so good for them.
Maybe they needed that. Maybe they needed you to break away from them.
Maybe I was the anchor holding them down.
You said it, not me.
Speaking of bad basketball news, let's go over Bryson Worrell's bracket real quick.
Come on.
Bryson said off the air he may have the worst bracket of all time. And you went over your Final Four, Bryson. You had Gonzaga. No shame in that. Yeah. A lot of people did. You trusted the SEC too much with Kentucky and Auburn, who didn't make it out of the first weekend. Nope. And your other team, Arizona, lost in the Sweet 16. So
Rough year for you, Bryson.
Yeah, not a very good bracket.
That's all right. No, you're good at hitting the baseball. And by the way, we owe you some spins. Should we get them out of the way? Bryson went deep on Sunday. Now, we could do this on our own, or you could spin us. It's up to you.
It's up to y'all. Yeah, I want to see y'all spin it this time.
All right, yeah, we'll do 4 spins each.
All right.
4 spins?
Did you get any other hits yesterday?
Yeah, I had one.
Single?
Yep.
All right, we'll do 5. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
ready?
All right. My chair's out of control. 3, 4.
This does not look good, fellas.
Oh, jeez.
Dizzy?
Yeah, a little bit. Hey, that's what a tilt-a-whirl does.
Bryson, you hit no doubters when you hit them, too. That's got to feel pretty good, right?
Yeah, that's feel pretty good.
And the one you hit yesterday, you hit it into the wind, too, which is got to tell a lot of people about the power that you had.
I will say Carter's before mine was also impressive because that was into the teeth of the wind.
Yeah.
Like the wind was blowing straight in.
Into right field.
Yeah, kind of across, in from center, and that was pretty impressive.
2 separate times that the Pirates went back-to-back in home runs over the weekend.
Yeah, Star and Moreland on Friday night.
Yep.
So I did not notice. I was there on Sunday. I was watching the TV at Tiebreakers, Chandler. We were watching it. When the back-to-backs happened on Friday night, and Jacob Starling, he admired his work.
No, that was actually a pretty cool pimp job.
Wasn't it awesome?
That was sweet.
Do you now? You're not much of a pimper, are you?
No, I kind of don't want to get embarrassed where I hit one and I think it's gone, and then I look up in the left field or catches at the wall or something like that.
That's a good way to
That would be pretty embarrassing.
Ronald Acuna's done that a couple times, and he's ended up like at first base instead of second. So run them out, Bryson. Act like you've been there before. Keep that up. But good work and a good week for you guys. And I asked Ryder this a moment ago. How do you describe it on this Monday where you go 4-1, you win a series, but your last game is a loss? It's kind of so how do you look at it when you come in here on a Monday?
I guess it's kind of like a mix of emotions because you want to seal that weekend sweep and get that win on Sunday. But overall, I mean, we beat a bunch of quality opponents this week. Going to the UNCW, that's always a really tough place to play. So we'll take a 4-1 week, but definitely wish we got that win on Sunday.
Yeah, and your home run was the last run the Pirates scored, and Cliff Godwin said yesterday that you get a 2-0 lead, and I don't know, sometimes you start feeling good about yourselves. I got to be honest, watching Groves pitch and you guys with a 2-0 lead, I was thinking sweep, and I don't know, maybe some of the players did as well. You got to kind of keep that foot on the gas.
Yeah, I think that's what we did a good job of on Friday and Saturday, too. We got early leads, and we kind of added on a little bit towards the end of the game, ended up scoring more runs, which kind of helped us out because they hit that 3-run home run, I think, Saturday that put them within like 2 or 3 runs, I think. But yeah, we did that yesterday, and it kind of sucks because Groves, I mean, he went out there and pitched his tail off yesterday. I mean, that's the best I think I've ever seen him pitch here.
Maybe the best start of the season for a Pirates starter. Jake Kuchmaner's had some good ones as well, and we'll give some credit once again to Ryder Giles. How about him, the shortstop, coming in to start on Saturday in front of a big crowd and did what he does, threw strikes, got ahead, and looked good.
That was awesome. I mean, that was his second start of the week. He started against UNCW too, and I know it's probably weird for him because I think that's his second and third start of his career here, but I mean, he's going out there throwing strikes and getting out, so you can't ask for much more.
Have you faced him at all?
Yeah, I faced him a few times. I mean, it's pretty difficult to hit against because, like, you don't see a guy throwing down there from every day, and then his fastball is, like, kind of sneaky because you kind of expect it to be soft from throwing down there, but, I mean, he's a shortstop, so he's got some pretty decent arm strength, so it kind of gets on you a little bit.
And we were talking to Brandon Manning, former Pirate, on Thursday, and I can't remember why it came up, but I asked, did he play any big leaguers in his career? And he said he was on a travel team that went to Virginia and played against Verlander, who was at shortstop. He didn't pitch. Justin Verlander, the Upton brothers, and Ryan Zimmerman were all on a team. And he said, we beat them on a Friday. And I was like, how the hell did you beat those guys? And he said, our pitcher was throwing so slow, they couldn't, they didn't know what to do with it. Then they brought in their ace the next day, who's up there throwing, 90s probably, and they got beat by like 10 runs.
So Justin Verlander wasn't the ace on that team?
I guess not. That's a great point. No, they were throwing, North Carolina was throwing their ace against Verlander's team.
Gotcha.
But for Verlander to be playing short instead of pitching, that is kind of strange. But it goes to show that sometimes when that velocity's down 10 miles an hour, 15 to what you're used to, it's tough to hit, right?
Difficult to hit.
And that arm angle, too, you're right. So good week of baseball. Now NC State coming up, Bryson, and it's just one game on a schedule full of a lot of games, but I don't know, anything added to a rivalry game like this?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit added to it. I mean, obviously you're playing against kind of an in-state rival. You're going to have hopefully a pretty good crowd there. We always have a good crowd, so I think they'll be out there. But yeah, there's definitely some more emotions when you're playing a team like that.
Is it any different with baseball compared to like football and basketball, where you're doing more running and things like that? You need that emotion, that crowd behind you. How about baseball? Saturday felt like almost a regional game with all the crowd out there. Sweet. Do you have to like pump yourself up a little more when there's not a big crowd like that? Does it bother you at all?
Not really. I think you kind of treat it the same way, but definitely having that crowd out there is going to give you that adrenaline boost when you're up the plate and out in the field.
And man, they showed out in full force on Saturday, and pretty good crowd yesterday in the 5-2 loss to VCU. And you got conference play coming up, Bryson, and everything kind of records out the window once you begin conference play. And looking forward to another good year in AAC play. It starts this weekend at Cincinnati.
Yeah, going to Cincinnati. They always have a pretty good team. Last year, I think we lost on a walk-off there. I think Norby had a little error there. They walked us off. But, yeah, it's going to be a fun place to go play. I always enjoy playing there.
And Bryson, how much do you look around the landscape of college baseball at the opponents you play? Have you watched any teams coming up on the schedule? Do you just worry about it when the time comes?
Yeah, honestly, I don't really watch other teams that often. I kind of just see some highlights or something, but I don't really look too far into it beforehand.
And we've talked about it too as far as scouting goes. You don't really get your information on the pitchers until pretty close to the game, right? Like night before or maybe day of?
Most of the time it's the day of, but if we have some video that we'll watch maybe the day before, if we have time, they'll send it to us early and we'll watch some video. But most of the time, it's kind of right before game time.
So today's considered an off day, but we've talked to you about that. You get some swings in, some lifting in. Yeah. Game day Tuesday, and then you'll hit the road coming up for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So what's Wednesday, Thursday this week like for you with no games?
Wednesday will probably be a lift and a light practice. Thursday is our travel day, so I looked at the schedule. I think we leave around 6 a.m., 7 a.m. on Thursday. Fly there. We'll have a practice on Thursday night around 6 o'clock. So.
And we talked to Ryder and the infielders about this. How about the outfield? Are there the surfaces different places you go as far as fake turf, grass, things like that?
Turf, but also the wall. You kind of have to get used to how different walls play, like running into the wall if it's soft or hard. Is the ball coming off at weird angles? So, yeah, it's kind of it's a little adjustment.
Do you have time to figure that out before games?
Yeah, during our practice we have on Thursday nights, we kind of go around, we'll throw the ball off the wall. Maybe if it's a turf field, we'll hit some pop flies and see how it bounces off, if it's springy or something like that.
Bryson Worrell joining us, East Carolina, coming off a nice 4-1 weekend, and the Pirates will now take on NC State. That's Tuesday at 4:30. And I believe they were going to try to get, and maybe I'm speaking out of turn here, but Michael Schwartz to throw out the first pitch. I think he's going to be off recruiting on Tuesday, so the new basketball coach won't be throwing out the first pitch, but we'll keep you posted on that. Did you notice Chancellor Rogers or Kurt Kraft throwing out the first pitch? Did you see those this weekend?
Yeah, I did see those.
I mean, 2 impressive pitches.
Yeah, I know. Coach Kraft even stepped off and looked the runner back one time.
And then Coach Kraft, right after he delivered that pitch, went up to the press box and said, "Hey, Clip, did you see that pitch?" I was like, "Yeah, I introduced you. Yeah, we saw." He was like, "That was good too." And I even stepped off. And I was like, "Yeah, Coach, we saw it."
Like a kid in the candy.
He was like so jacked up, and I was like, "Yeah, it was a strike. It was a great pitch. You saw it, right?" "Yeah, I saw it. We all saw it." He was fired up, man.
No, Coach, we all turned around when you got on the mound.
And Bryson Wood made his impressive. Not only did he do the theatrics, but he threw from the mound. A lot of first pitches go in front of the mound.
Yeah, he's standing on, got it all the way there too.
When's the last time you pitched?
High school. I kind of want to pitch. I've been teasing Coach Knight a little bit. I was like, "Hey, Coach, give me one bullpen," but he kind of shuts that down pretty quickly.
Oh man, you got to show the guys what were your you a hard thrower, I guess.
I think I was like 88, 90 around there, but I had a pretty decent stat roll my senior year.
That explains a lot, because there was one game I was out there kind of early in the jungle, and I was watching you guys warm up, and I want to say you were out there warming up and acting like you were a pitcher. Do you do that a lot when you warm up, or is that just you're just fooling around? Or
yeah, I'm just fooling around.
Yeah,
it's not really anything serious.
How about Agnos going up there hitting 93?
Yeah,
on the gun.
He can chuck it.
I mean, he looks great in the field throwing. He's got a long throw out there in deep short when the ball's hit to his right, I guess, and we've seen that. But, man, I know yesterday in particular he went 93, and then the next pitch was 84. Got a guy out in front of it, and that's pretty impressive work by your middle infielder.
Yeah, no, he has some good stuff. I know he pitched up in the Cape some this summer too. So, I mean, he's got the stuff.
And you've played with Zach a while now. What is the Zach Agnos at shortstop, at second base, or maybe like at third base, like we saw him over the weekend, compared to that Zach Agnos that's on the mound?
I honestly think it's the same guy. I mean, he's always going to have that emotion when he plays, and I mean, it fires the rest of the team up too.
Yeah, he definitely had that emotion on Wednesday night in the rain. So that was fun to see.
Bryson Worrell joining us. Bryson, let's see, we got spring football going on. We got a East Carolina Tristan Newton in the transfer portal. That's kind of a bummer, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I appreciate you sticking it out here at East Carolina. You don't hear about portal and baseball a ton like you do other sports. Maybe it'll happen down the road, but I don't know.
Well, you just mentioned it, so it's going to happen a lot.
Damn, you're right. Take that, edit that. Take that out. What do you think, Bryson? Why is that something that is going to be maybe more prevalent in baseball moving forward?
I still think it's pretty prevalent. I just don't think you hear about it as much, especially for like us. I mean, we have pretty good culture. I feel like guys want to stick around, but I think it's definitely something that's started to increase over the last couple of years.
Yeah, no doubt. If you weren't playing at East Carolina, where would you be playing? It's a weird question.
I honestly have no clue. No idea.
No, a good answer. It's East Carolina or bust for Bryson Worrell. All right, Bryson. Well, I appreciate you hanging out, man. Good luck this week against NC State tomorrow and also Cincinnati this weekend. And we'll have some more ride on the Tilt-A-Whirl coming up next week.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
Bryson Worrell joining us today here on Pirate Radio Live inside the Players Lounge, brought to you by Delcor. Delcor, the service professionals. You can call them today, 321-8868. Visit DelcorInc.com. When it comes to cooling, heating, and plumbing repair, you can always rely on Delcor. Take a time out, come back, have more for you on Pirate Radio Live. Zach Agnos joins us at 5 o'clock. We're back with more after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
You know, everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. For used vehicles, Brown & Wood has a lifetime powertrain on every vehicle you buy from us, new or used. So even when you buy a used vehicle from Brown & Wood, you have lifetime powertrain. We cover the engine, transmission for as long as you own the car.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hey, Chandler, what are you up to tonight?
Jenny, it's Tuesday, and I'm going to go sing with DJ Captain Morgan for karaoke at The Buck.
Well, that sounds like fun. I have to work. Well, what are you up to this weekend?
Well, believe it or not, I'm going to go listen to some live music Friday and Saturday night at The Buck.
Live music all weekend long, really?
Yep, all weekend, and they also have the biggest high-definition screen to watch all the sporting events on Sunday Fun Day.
I'm going to have to go check that out.
Yeah, just check out The Buck on Facebook or Instagram for all the information. The Buck.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
Winslow's Deli and Tavern has a new look, along with a great lunch and dinner menu. Open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner, plus brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. Winslow's is located on 5th Street beside the State Theater and features daily drink specials with 2 outdoor patios perfect for this warmer weather. Come eat, drink, and get your March Madness on in one of Greenville's largest bar areas. Follow Winslow's on Facebook and Instagram for special events and daily specials. Winslow's Deli and Tavern on 5th Street in Greenville.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Hey Greenville, Bagel Man here with some exciting news. We are now open for dinner. This is the first time ever for dinner in our 33 years. Our entire menu is available, plus some new sandwiches like the roast beef cheddar, the Italian sub, and the meatball parm. You can also get French fries and home fries as a side for any of your sandwiches. Order online for pickup or delivery, and don't forget about our great catering. We're available 7 days a week. We can deliver or you can pick it up. Bagel Man here.
Pirate Radio.
You know, for having such a bleak outlook on pirates, you're well on your way to becoming one.
The voice of the pirate nation. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you have real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Or do you just need a property manager for rental houses? ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX and SD Harris Properties can help answer every question you have and show you a stress-free real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. If you have real estate questions, Scott has answers. Call Scott Harris today at 347-1857. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you here on a Players Lounge edition of Pirate Radio Live. Players Lounge brought to you by Delcor. We will talk to East Carolina pitcher and infielder Zach Agnos coming up at 5 o'clock on today's show. Double B Brian Bailey will join us to talk about the Final Four and more coming up at around 5:30. Big news of the day, Tristan Newton has entered the transfer portal, and you just got to look at it now as basketball is year to year, especially here at East Carolina. What do you have this year? It's hard to build a program with the prevalency of players leaving year in, year out. So you have to recruit the high schools and bring in those players. But really, it's what can you get out of the portal? And Chandler, I was telling you that now my focus is Michael Schwartz bringing in some guys that are ready-made players to be ready to go next year, just like Vance Jackson and Alonzo Frink were this year for East Carolina.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be going to the portal, trying to find those guys that can fill the void of a Tristan Newton, and we'll also see what other current players decide to do, whether that's stay here at ECU and join the Schwartz era or go elsewhere and try to succeed on a different program. But something I took, and I actually rewatched the Schwartz press conference, the Zoom press conference, and if he stays the course and recruits the state of North Carolina and gets some of the talent that's here in North Carolina, and he talked about how much talent there was in this state, and we know that it's right down the road in Farmville, it's right down the road in Kinston, and if he can somehow get these kids to come to East Carolina and play, that's going to be a huge step in the right direction for this basketball program. So, but you were just talking, we were talking to Bryson Worrell, we were talking about the transfer portal, how we don't see it a lot in baseball, and that's the thing about ECU baseball each year, that you always find this freshman that's really good, that has a great rookie campaign, and you look forward to seeing that freshman perform for the Pirates in front of Clark LeClaire Stadium, the crowd there, for the next at least 2 or 3 years. You can't say that for a guy that comes in for this ECU basketball program and lights it up his freshman year. the first thing you think of is the negative thing. I know I do is, well, he might have one more year here, but he's off somewhere else.
Yeah.
And we don't see that in baseball. In baseball, we're looking towards the future.
That's a good point.
And in basketball, you're just looking year to year.
Yeah. Still on the roster of some young talent we saw this past season when it comes to ECU basketball. Now, Michael Schwartz will make sure R.J. Felton and Alexis Reyes and Javon Small, those guys are ready to return for another year. Brandon Suggs, going to have to get him back in the mix as well. Brandon Johnson as well, who was a big newcomer for East Carolina. And this is a two-way street now. And coaches probably don't feel as bad or guilty about telling a player, hey, it might be better for you to go somewhere else.
Joe Dooley did that at least twice.
Yeah, did a couple of resets. And now that the portal is so prevalent that coaches can say that and maybe not feel as bad as they did in years past, telling a player that you don't really fit in here. I know I recruited you, but maybe you should be better off at another place. So it is a two-way street when it comes to this, and we'll see what Michael Schwartz thinks about his roster that he has returning. And once again, I guess the most important piece is now Tremont Robinson-White could still be back and play another year, and he was key last year for East Carolina. So if you get him and Suggs back, you would have some veteran leadership. The young guys, R.J. Felton, Javon Small, Alexis Reyes, and Brandon Johnson coming along. But again, this roster today on March the 28th, it probably look completely different 5 months from now, Chandler.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's just the scary part of being a school like East Carolina and being that stepping stone in college basketball, where and we've seen it. We mentioned it a while ago. Back-to-back years that the ECU sees a all-conference player for their program go to greener pastures. We saw Jaden Gardner get into the postseason, which was a hope of his when he left East Carolina and went elsewhere to Virginia. So he got that playing in the NIT this past postseason. And now Tristan Newton will be looking to do the same and follow in the footsteps of Jaden Gardner.
My first thought about Newton transferring was Texas A&M, Steve Rockefort. In fact, I remember now a show I did. Was it even before last year started? I just remember, I think it was right when Rockefort got the A&M job. I was like, if Tristan Newton goes there, I'm going to hate Steve Rockefort for the rest of his life. I remember Igo was here, and it's kind of tongue-in-cheek, but now it may happen. And now I may have to hate Steve Rockefort.
And you might have to ask for that hat back that you gave him.
That's right. We did a hat trade. I gave him a classic ECU hat for a
Astros,
like an alternate spring training Astros hat.
Yeah.
So I might have to, I don't know, revisit that trade and maybe try to get my hat back. Another option that Igo brings up, I didn't think about this one at the time when we talked about it earlier this hour, but wherever Joe Dooley lands is a potential landing spot for Tristan Newton.
That's right.
And there's been some potential Joe Dooley to NC State talk.
Oh, my God.
Which would really make me absolutely sick.
Well, see, that's the thing we were scared of last year when Jaden Gardner announced that he was leaving the program.
Yeah, that's right.
We were all scared that he was going to make the short trip to Raleigh and join Kevin Keats in the Wolfpack program there in Raleigh. Thankfully, he didn't. He did go to Virginia. He went to the ACC, just didn't go to the Raleigh. So now we have that fear this year with Tristan Newton.
How about this? Tristan Newton goes to Joe Dooley and Tristan Newton to NC State in exchange for Terquavion Smith. Baby T comes back to Eastern North Carolina. I'd make that trade right now.
Right this second.
So let's. I
know Shirley Rhodes would too.
This is something new in college. If we're doing free agency, we might as well start doing trades, right? We'll trade you our former coach. Unfortunately, we've already fired him.
I was about to say, I don't think that's going to work if we fire him.
We don't have the rights to the coach or the player at this point, so our bargaining chip is out the window right now. So maybe just a trade in name only: Joe Dooley and Tristan Newton for Baby T in basketball. And maybe they throw in like a left tackle as well. We'll do a cross sport trade. Who's the Tommy Tanks? Is that the state baseball guy?
Yeah.
How's he doing now? I hadn't heard him in a while.
I don't know. There's somebody else at a different school with 14 home runs, 13 home runs on the season. I mean, Tommy Tanks got to 9 or 10 in the first 8 games.
Let me find his stats. Let's see what Ryder Giles
a former,
will be facing tomorrow.
by the way, a former opponent of the Pirates this year, Michigan, went back to back home runs yesterday.
4 in a row.
4 in a row.
Did you see how many runs Campbell scored yesterday?
36.
36 runs scored
to 4.
They had one dude hit 3 home runs. He had 2 grand slams.
Oh, wow.
They also had 2 grand slams hit in 1 inning yesterday over the Presbyterian Blue Hose. So the Camels put it on.
9 RBIs in 1 game.
Tommy White, I guess that's Tommy Tanks. That
is.
He's hitting 359, 12 dingers on the year, 38 RBIs. The Wolfpack are 15-8, and they have a number beside their name because last weekend they swept Georgia Tech, I believe. So they're coming off a good weekend of baseball as they get ready for ECU on Tuesday. We'll talk about it from the Pirate perspective with Zach Agnos when we return. What a week it was for Zach on the mound, as he is just adding more to his resume. We'll talk about that and a lot more when we return. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live on the way after this.
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
The Special Olympics USA Games is my time to shine.
And Jersey Mike's Day of Giving is yours.
Grab a sub on Wednesday, March 30th, and all sales will be donated to the Games.
Jersey Mike's, be a sub above. The Special Olympics USA Games is my time to shine. And Jersey Mike's Day of Giving is yours. Grab a sub on Wednesday, March 30th, and all sales will be donated to the Games. Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
I'm Kevin Kugler with an NCAA tournament update sponsored by Geico. The men's Final Four is set following 2 weeks of wild games that now lead to New Orleans and some great matchups. The Kansas Jayhawks stand alone as the only 1 seed to make the trip. Saturday, they'll meet second-seeded Villanova. Another 2-seed Duke will face North Carolina, an 8-seed in a first-ever tournament meeting of the 2 arch rivals. To hear all the action, tune into Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA Final Four right here.
If your date says they're on the rebound, do you box them out at the front door? Do brackets outnumber your child's drawings on the refrigerator? When you're making popcorn in the microwave, do the last 30 seconds take 10 minutes? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you may be experiencing March Madness. And if you switch to Geico, you may experience saving hundreds on car, home, motorcycle insurance, and more.
Popcorn's ready! No, wait, just a second. Okay, now it's... Nope. Hang on.
Geico, proud partner of March Madness.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's now has 2 locations. In Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports, and the Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Stop in today for hot dogs, pizza, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity featuring homemade cheese, ham and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. The real estate market is extremely competitive right now. The importance of being pre-qualified is absolute must before you begin shopping for a new home. At Angel Oak, we offer a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans that fit most financial situations. To get started, contact Talbot Green, Braxton Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Carolina Caliber has the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and is one of the top firearm dealers anywhere. At Carolina Caliber, they have everything you need for hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. They will buy, sell, and trade. Carolina Caliber, locally owned and operated since 1960 on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live inside the Players Lounge, brought to you by Delcor, and joining us, East Carolina infielder / pitcher Zach Agnos, earning the win against Elon on Wednesday, and also pitched this weekend as well. And Zach, good week for you. Good 4-1 week for the Pirates. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Like we mentioned, it was a good week. Wish we could have gone 5-0, but we're not going to beat ourselves up about 4-1. But overall, solid week. I'm doing pretty good.
Chandler, you brought this up to me Wednesday night, sports trivia at AJ's. You were like, man, this Agnos, he's so easy to talk to when he joins us. He's kind of a happy-go-lucky guy. Gets locked in and everything, but you said when you saw him on the mound,
it was just a different.
It was like a transformation.
It was scary because you're like you said. Every time you walk in, you really enjoy to be here. You're always just kind of like go with the flow. What I saw Wednesday night was just like a whole different person. You struck out the side the one time, and man, the emotion, the passion we saw from Zach Agnos, which we see it a lot, but I feel like it was just a different way of expressing it. What is that mindset? What's the difference in the mindset of being at second, at short, or maybe at third, like you were this past weekend? What's the mindset? How does that change when you go on the bump and start throwing strikes?
Yeah, so on the bump, like for me, it's every single pitch I'm like locked in, like, and I'm getting the sign and then getting back on the mound. Whereas third base or in the infield, it's like pitch, I'm in ready, I'm locked in, boom. Then I pick up Palumbo, see what he wants to do with me. And then usually the pitcher's getting a sign, so I have a few seconds to take my glove off, take a deep breath, kind of veg out, and then right when we're back in, I'm locked back in. So it's like it's a continuous thing, and it's just locked in. And like you said, I didn't even know I struck out the side. I was just getting up there and throwing. I was like, I'm just getting the sign and throwing where he told me to, and if I miss, I miss. Like, I don't care, but I'm not going to throw balls. I'm just going to get up there and attack zone. So definitely different. Jake actually texted me after the game. We had a good talk. He's like, that's the mentality that you need to take to the plate more often. And he's like, you need to just take it everywhere more often because you'll be a lot more successful and get the results you want.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if your brother had any advice for you, or what positive feedback did he give?
He actually gave me the highest compliment I've ever received from him. No, I'm just kidding. But he did give me a compliment. He said he thought I was great. He said it was really impressive what I did, and he says it carried over into my last at-bat when I went up and hit the ball up the middle.
Very first pitch you saw.
Yeah.
Turned on it.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was like, and then he sent me a video. I was like, hey, like, how does my mechanics look? I haven't thrown off the mound in a while. He said, I wish I had your lower half, which, like, just how they worked and stuff. And I was like, that's actually a really nice compliment. Thanks, Jake.
Save that one.
I know. I was like, I'm just going to start keeping a little note tab of everything. But no, it was actually really good. He was super pumped up about it. So was John, my other brother, and yeah, it was fun.
I'm trying to find a particular picture. I used to use it a lot, and your brother didn't like it, of him hulking up after.
Yeah, I was like,
and but we saw some of that with Zach after that strikeout, right?
Yeah, he had to be more proud, probably, of the emotion you were showing and just the absolute control. You were in so much control of that game when you got on the mound. And we saw a lot of that with your brother when he was here too. So
the command and all the words you used with the pitcher, it was there for you.
Yeah, it felt really good. Everything kind of fell into place.
5 strikeouts in an inning and 2/3 on the win against Elon, and you got the win in that game. Carter Spivey came in to get the save, and another moment with you and an opposing pitcher. Zach, you hit a line drive over the weekend. Was it Saturday or Sunday? I can't remember.
Saturday.
That hit a pitcher, and you ran to first, as you always do. They were able to throw you out. It was a great play by their shortstop. But immediately after that, your hands were kind of on your helmet, like, oh, God. But he's okay, right?
Yeah, I went up there with my approach. I was like, he's going to throw a slider, so I'm going to just sit on it, wait on it. And he threw it, and it was like a little bit inside, but I was like, I'm going to really force it up the middle because Hoover was on second. That's like our approach with a guy in scoring position, stay inside the ball. And I hit it, and as soon as I hit it, I didn't even think. I just looked, and it hit him, and I kind of hesitated, and then I was like, oh shoot, I still got to run.
I'm playing baseball.
I still got to run to first, right? And it turns out I thought it hit him right in the throat. It hit him in the back of the shoulder, thankfully. I was pretty shook up about it for that, but I was glad to hear he was okay. And I smoked that ball. I think it was 106 miles an hour off the bat. So, look, he's got the picture of Jake right there.
Oh, yeah, that is the one I was looking for. Full Hulk mode. But, yeah, that was a scary moment, and we saw the concern on your face. And you kind of went over there, but everybody was dealing with him, so you didn't get involved.
My aunt was at the game, and she thought I was saying review the play that I was safe at first. I was like, no.
Do it. I was totally safe as the guy's rolling in pain.
No. But, I got to tell you, as a guy working those games, that is my least favorite signal now, is seeing that. Another review. But I get it. You want to get the call right. It's just, Ryder says he did not hit that guy with the ball on Saturday, and they reviewed it and said they still did. So sometimes you can't even get all the angles on it.
Yeah, it's got to be like the perfect play to get it overturned, and it's just a lot that has to go into it.
Yeah.
Angles, how blurry the camera, it's a lot. So.
Good week of baseball, 4-1, as you said. You were wishing to close it out yesterday, but after back-to-back home runs from Cunningham and Worrell, the Pirate Bats go quiet. And Bryson talked about it, that you guys have been able to tack on some runs, and you needed them because late in games, team could hit a home run, get back in it. But you guys were unable to do that on Sunday.
Yeah, it's just... we talk about being inconsistent all the time, and once we decide we want to be a consistent team and really sell it to the approach we get, then we'll be a really good team. But until then, we have this thing that we call keeping the chain connected. If we don't keep the chain connected, basically our offense isn't going to produce, and that's, keeping the chain connected we could be sitting on an off speed and getting jammed by a fastball. That's technically keeping the chain connected because we didn't hit the ball off the end of the bat, and we just been inconsistent with it. But we've definitely made a lot of improvements because the first 2 games, I think, what did we score? 8 runs and 7 runs the first 2 games. So we're getting there. We just got to make a few small steps, especially rolling into conference play and tomorrow night, especially because they're a good team.
Yeah, well, you won a pitcher's duel against UNCW and then scored 7-8-7 in the next. Yeah, those are pretty good numbers, right? Yeah. Numbers you want to see.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
NC State coming up tomorrow, Zach. Just another game on the schedule. It's important to the fans. It's important to the program. Any added interest in that one for you as a player?
No, I don't. A little bit. My grandfather went to NC State. Okay. Played soccer there, but that's about it. And the only added interest is I think this game could really turn our season around, especially if we get this win, because they're a great opponent, well coached, got a lot of talent, and get the fans back invested. We had great crowds this weekend.
Saturday was awesome.
Saturday was incredible. But no, like I said, nothing really interesting. It's just another game, but. I don't think. I think if you can't show up for this game tomorrow, I don't know I don't know why you're playing baseball here.
Zach Agnos joining us inside the Players Lounge, brought to you by Delcor. You can call Delcor today, 321-8868. Visit DelcorInc.com. When it comes to cooling, heating, and plumbing repair, you can always rely on the service professionals at Delcor. Conference play beginning this weekend, Zach, and the slate is clean. Everybody's 0-0 in conference play, and this is a conference that we've seen East Carolina win in the past. I know you're got your sights set on that again. I asked Bryson this. I'll ask you, do you pay attention to how the other teams on your schedule are playing? Do you watch college baseball, keep an eye on it?
If there's a game on ESPN Plus, like me and Mayhew will throw it on and watch it a little bit. We'll check up scores, and we don't really pay too close attention because I couldn't tell you if anybody in our conference is really having an insane year.
Yeah.
I don't know specific players. Like I know last year Tulane had their catcher Bennett Lee, who's having a phenomenal year. I don't know how anybody like that's doing, but if it's on the TV, we'll throw it on, watch it a little bit, talk about what we see. That's pretty much it.
Do you think we'll be seeing you on the mound coming up tomorrow?
There's a chance.
Okay.
There's a chance. I don't know.
I feel like you guys should have inside info, but Ryder said he didn't know he was starting Saturday until Cliff said something to the press Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you find out when we do.
Right. Yeah. Seriously, usually he'll tell the pitcher they're starting, but he won't tell everybody else, just so that the pitcher can start getting
gotcha
locked in and their routines if they have one.
Well, you said post game last Wednesday that you come to the park thinking you could pitch, just to have it in your head, right? But you don't really know for sure.
Don't know at all. I really don't. I like to, when we warm up to throw before in and out, I usually like to throw my change up and my slider just to make sure they're okay. Just so that if I do come in, I still have a feel for it. It's not like a foreign grip to me. So
well, that arm is live and ready to go because you've made a ton of throws between third and short this year over to first, and that's a long throw that you have to make in a hurry.
Yeah, it is. It's something that, especially at third, I had to learn how to get the ball in my glove a little bit quicker because it's a little bit farther than shortstop at times, a little bit closer to short. Like the one on Friday, that ball was really far, and my arm was still a little sore from Wednesday, but I didn't even look to where to throw it. I was like, I gotta get rid of this ball. But no, it's just pretty much instincts and just trusting my arm because I know I got a good enough arm to make the throw.
For me, this is outside looking in. I may be completely off, but Connor Norby was not really known for his defense. He was more of a hitter.
Yeah.
I would Amac and Moylan, I would say, are similar to that in that same camp, but I got to give them credit. I talked about it earlier. Moylan on his throws to second to get the lead runner, on his stretches, on just fielding the ball.
Yeah.
He's looked really good, and Amac's made some good plays at third this year.
Amac's been a vacuum, and that's Josh Moylan, that play he made with the push bunt. The dude pushed the bunt and threw it to me at short. That's one of the most underappreciated plays of the.
I admit I was saying no watching the game, and I was like no yes, great play.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, that dude that laid the bunt, he's really fast, one of the best runners on their team, and that's. Josh Mullen's coming off the bag. The pitcher can't beat the guy there. The second base. So the only play.
That was his only play.
That's the only play you have second base, and that's we worked on that play so much last year because we had Gavin and Carson, and couldn't hit them, so people just started bunting off them. So we were like, we got to figure out how to defend that. And
how much was there communication going on? There's a lot of twos on the field. Two.
I was screaming too. I was screaming the whole way. I really don't hear anybody other than myself when I play. And I'm pretty loud, so.
And look, it's as much stress as y'all put on opposing teams with your bunting, with moving around. You guys got to be prepared for it in the field as well, right?
Right.
And we were able to see you guys. I guess this is part of the chain, right? The manufacturing of runs, all that you guys were able to do last week.
Right. Yeah. Keeping the chain.
Zach Agnos joining us. Bryson Worrell said he had maybe the worst bracket in America. I don't know if you filled one out. You're not a big basketball guy, but it is Carolina, Duke, Villanova, Kansas. Maybe the best Final Four of all time.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Who comes out of it? Who's going to win it?
I'm going to say Kansas. My high school coach, he's big. He's from Kansas.
All right.
They're big Jayhawk fans, and I'll say that for you. You're welcome, Coach B.
I hope that's the case. That would help me out. So
is that who you got?
I have them winning, and I have something else that we'll talk about once you're out of school because we don't gambling is not appropriate, especially if you're a student athlete.
That's right.
We don't talk about any of that.
That's right.
All right, Zach. So the week ahead, looking forward to the trip to Cincinnati. Are you guys able? I think I've asked you this. Are you able to enjoy any of the cities you go to, or is it all baseball?
Not really. No, just pretty much baseball. We show up, we get there. I mean, usually sometimes we'll take us out for a team meal somewhere. I know, like last year when we were at Vanderbilt, we went to a nice restaurant. When we're in Florida, I think we went to like Cheesecake Factory. So we get to not explore, but
so when you go to like New Orleans, will Corey Glore be able to take you out in the town, or
probably not? He's a traitor. No, I'm just kidding.
That's right.
No, just kidding. Love Corey, but no, I'm sure we'd be able to just peek out from the bus window.
I hear you.
Yeah, but
I remember asking Jeff Charles, the football and basketball announcer, and he says, "Nah, Clamp, it's just hotel rooms, different hotel rooms." That's about all you see.
That's it. And I also hate flying, so conference play is a bad time for me.
Yeah,
you can ask Ryder. He every time we're flying, he always finds where I'm sitting to see me in my chair with a death grip on the armrest and just eyes clenched, everything, freaking out. I'm a bad person to fly.
You're not the only one, buddy.
Well, good news. You got Cincinnati, Tulane, Memphis. So that's it. As far
really?
That's the only trips I'm counting.
No, we got to play. You said UCF, right?
Oh, did I miss Orlando?
Yeah,
I did. Sorry.
God.
Yeah, that's fine. You'll get through this.
And then we got to go to Clearwater too.
Yeah, and then your other destinations in postseason.
Oh gosh.
Speaking of which, Zach, it is one day at a time. All that. How much during the season do you think about postseason baseball? It's got to come up.
Yeah, it comes up. This year I really haven't thought of it as much as last year, because last year I was like, all right, let's see if we can get a national seed, let's see RPI, and this year I'm really just focused on like, hey, let's win this game, and now let's win the next one, and now let's win the next one, and let's win the next one, and see where that takes us. Because if we just keep stacking days, we're going to end up in a good place. But I mean, I've thought about it. I've thought about what's going to happen this year, like what our possibilities could be. I haven't really thought of anything other than hosting a regional, but I don't really know how postseason works. I just play where they tell me to play and when to play.
Well, just that'll be 4:30 on Tuesday. You will be playing. The game time has moved up.
I saw that
to 4:30, and should be a great crowd. As I told CJ, he was like, "Man, I hope it's a good crowd." And I said, maybe late arriving. Like there'll be some people there when you throw out the first pitch, but I'm thinking by like middle innings.
Yeah,
it should be packed.
Third, fourth, fifth.
Yeah,
that's what I was talking. I was talking to Bryce and I said, "How many people do you think will be there?" He was like, "I don't know. It got moved up," and I was like, 3,500. He's like, I don't know. I was like, okay, I don't know, because I haven't played. I've never played NC State. This is my first time playing state.
Oh yeah, they hadn't been on the schedule in recent years.
So
they're back on, and there'll be a lot of people out there to see the Pirates and the Wolfpack go at it coming up on Tuesday. Zach, thanks for hanging out with us, man. Good luck this week, and
thank you,
we'll
guys.
Talk to you next week.
Always have a blast. Thank y'all.
Zach Agnos joining us here in the Pirate Radio studios. We will take a time out, come back. Brian Bailey going to join us a little later on. We've also got some ECU football audio to get to. Mike Houston, Shane Calhoun, and Miles Berry from Saturday at East Carolina scrimmage. One more scrimmage to go, then the spring game, and we'll talk a little Pirate football when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For service, we're doing touchless pickup and drop-offs. So when you pull your vehicle in, we greet you at the car and open the door for you, but we're putting plastic on the seats. We're having a steering wheel cover put on. We even have shift knob covers now this year. And then we have the customer actually drop the key in a baggie, and they're the next one to touch that key when it comes out of the baggie when they pick up their vehicle. So just want to make sure we take care of the customers that voted us number one.
Brown & Wood, your number one dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best. Everybody loves burgers.
The North Carolina Strut Masters Championship, presented by Leopold, is coming back to Farmville April 9th. Put your skills to the test against some of the best turkey hunters in the country, like Michael Waddell, Nick Munt, Nate Hosey, and many more. The top scoring birds will win big prizes up to $30,000. There'll be live performances by Mikkel Buck, Nate Hosey, and you never know who else will show up. Deadline to register for two-man teams is April 2nd. Registration now open at ncstrutmasters.com. University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Unfortunately, many organizations today simply react to IT issues after the damage is done. This is known as the break-fix cycle in the tech service industry. University PC Care's Business Services Division has a better way, a proactive solution called BizCare. What's at your office? Call William at University PC Care today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com. Hello, friends. This is Troy D, here to let you know that the Masters is just around the corner. Stock up on all your Masters gear with a visit to Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics has a wide variety of vintage, officially licensed Masters polos and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person at 304 Evans Street in downtown Greenville or online at shoptailgateclassics.com.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
This is Touchdown Tony Collins, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Orthopedics East Sports Medicine Center has been caring for Pirate Nation and the student athletes at East Carolina University for more than 35 years and are the official team physicians for ECU. Orthopedics East Sports Medicine Center provides a variety of general and specialized operative and non-operative orthopedic services to meet the needs of the patients in Eastern North Carolina. For more information, call 757-2663 or visit orthoeast.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live on a Monday, a Players Lounge Monday. Great to talk with CJ Mayhew, Ryder Giles, Bryson Worrell, and Zach Agnos. Coming off a 4-1 week, and that was their last 5-game week of the year. So keep stacking 3-1, 4-0 weeks together, and let's see where the chips fall at the end of the year. And a big one coming up on Tuesday, East Carolina, NC State coming up at 4:30, and we'll be watching that one and keeping you up with what's going on if you're unable to be out there. So stay tuned coming up Tuesday as they'll begin at 4:30.
It was also great talking and catching up with Holton Ahlers, too, as we get closer and closer to the spring game coming up next Saturday.
Gave us some names: Pop McKay, Nemo Squire. I keep thinking of Quate Smyer, Nemo Squire, and Pop McKay getting some carries there behind the two guys that we know all about in Rajay Harris and Keith Mitchell, and then reeled off a few receiver names. He said we know about Josiah Hatfield at this point, but Kerry King had at least one touchdown in the spring game last year.
Two.
Okay, was a bit of a spring darling, and we're starting to hear more of his name again this year. Is he a guy that, translates from spring to fall? Because we're going to have somebody step up. C.J. Johnson still suspended at this moment. No Tyler Snead, no Audio Matosho. Those guys, by the way, Matosho and Snead, along with others, will be at ECU Pro Day on Tuesday. We'll be out there with video, audio, also pictures, all that. We'll have interviews. So looking forward to that coming up on Tuesday. But Chandler, for your skill positions, you know what you got at tight end and really running back for the most part. That one question mark is receiver right now, and now's the time for guys to start jockeying for their position on the depth chart here in the spring.
It's definitely a concern when it comes to receivers, but how much of a concern would it be if we had the tight end room we had a few years ago? I feel like with the tight end room that we have now with Calhoun and Jarman, and you also have Ryan Jones. I feel like that kind of takes the pressure off of the worry of what's going to happen next at the receiver room, because we've seen departures of Tyler Snead going to hopefully get into the NFL draft. C.J. Johnson's suspension, not sure what the future holds there with C.J. Johnson, and then also Audio Matosho being out too. So, guys like Kerry King, you're hopeful to see have another great spring and that translate into the fall. And Josiah Hatfield is a guy I'm really excited about, because we've seen some great games over the past few years. I know he had a great game. It was overshadowed by Tyler Snead's performance at SMU when he had 19 catches, but Josiah Hatfield had some big plays in that game as well, and some other games throughout his career here at East Carolina. So I'm very excited about that, and see how that wide receiver room develops and turns out as we close out spring ball and then go into the fall, starting off with NC State. And but with the tight end room, that we have right now and the depth we have in that room, it really it makes us feel a lot better.
All right, let's head out to the Pirate Radio Live line. Joining us, WNTT Sports Director. He is the host of the Brian Bailey Show. He is Double B Brian Bailey, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. Bailey, how you doing, man?
Not too bad. How are you?
Doing great. We were talking football. You had a great show earlier today on the Brian Bailey Show with ECU offensive coordinator Donnie Kirkpatrick, and talked a lot about the offense, spring ball, but also the passing of Dave Nickel, which caught me by surprise on Friday. I had not even seen the news that he had stepped away from the Oklahoma football program, but apparently was battling cancer, and saw the news Friday that he had passed away, the former offensive coordinator here at East Carolina, and that was pretty shocking news to see such a young guy like Dave Nickel pass away, Bailey.
Yeah, he stepped away from the Southern Cal. He got that Southern Cal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he got on the staff there, and as Donnie was saying, Donnie had talked to him, and he had said what a great opportunity it was. It was a job of a lifetime for him. And you think about it, I mean, working for the coach that makes the most money in the entire nation, and probably the not the best coach, but you think of Nick Saban, I think you put him close to the top of that in Lincoln Riley, and to have a chance to work for him, and you really just feel for him and his family. He was really just a really good guy, as Coach Kirkpatrick said. He's one of those guys that would do anything in the world for you. I remember having him on the show a lot of times, and he'd always come on, have a great attitude, loved doing it, enjoyed the chatting football and talking football, and it's really just a shame. I mean, cancer is such a horrible thing anyway, but when you go at 45, and that's just you just got cheated out of a lot of your life.
Yeah, very, very sad news. And as you said, our thoughts, prayers with the family of Dave Nickel. Bailey, as I said, you also talked about what's going on this spring, and a lot of that, you've got to develop some things at certain positions, but East Carolina's in a position now where a lot, Bailey, they're developing depth behind Holton Ahlers, behind Harrison Mitchell, on the defensive side of the ball, where you've got your starters penciled in, and that's kind of it shows you where Mike Houston has taken this program in a relatively short amount of time. That right now we're talking about, all right, who's 3 and 4 on the depth chart instead of worrying about who's 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's a sign of a good program. I mean, that's what good programs do. They develop depth in the spring, and they work on, the third and fourth groups instead of that first and second group. And, when you first take over a program, you're rebuilding, you have to get that first and second deal worked out. But hopefully now they've got to that point. And it's just been it's fun to watch. It's great to go out to the scrimmages. It's you got a quarterback in the system in Mason Garcia who's been around so long, and hopefully he'll be ready to go when Holton hangs it up. And you have Ahlers back again. Yeah, I think he elaborated a little bit on the receiving situation, and there's a chance for some additions via the transfer portal as far as that goes. I think they're looking at that situation there very closely. But some of these guys are going to have to step up in the receiver room. But as far as the rest of the guys go, yeah, you're talking building depth because that running back room, I'm telling you, those first two guys are really good.
They are, and Pop McKay is apparently Nemo Squire really good too. We just there's only one ball, and we said it with Holton earlier in the show when he joined us, Bailey. It's pretty rare, and then we'll knock on wood and hope it happens again, that you get your top 2 running backs through the season healthy, especially with as many touches as Harrison Mitchell got last year. So we didn't need to see Pop McKay. But, I mean, there's going to be a time where you're going to have more than just 2 running backs and just 2 of any position on the field, really.
And I really think in this day and age, that's the hard part, is trying to keep these guys that aren't playing all the time, trying to keep them happy and keep them in the same situation, because that's going to make you better off and probably going to make the player better off. But sometimes players can't see that, and the transfer portal makes it so easy just to say, hey, I want to go somewhere and start. I want to start tomorrow. And everybody, how recruiting goes, everybody's going to tell you you're going to start until you get there, and then you have to earn your position. But it's just, lucky for East Carolina, they've been able to get those, especially in the running back room, those 2 running backs and the stability there. But it just remains to be seen how it's going to play out later on.
Bailey, about all the years of North Carolina and Duke having great teams and going to tournaments and going to Final Fours and winning championships, they have never met in the NCAA tournament. And now you look at it this year, North Carolina gets in on the 8-9 line, and Duke, gets blown out in the ACC championship. They do get a 2 seed. But, man, I don't know if a lot of people at all had North Carolina and Duke meeting in the Final Four this year. They have both looked awesome in this NCAA tournament, and it sets up a showdown that's going to have the Carolina and Duke fans talking, really the entire nation talking. Greenville's going to be crazy at the sports bars and all that on Saturday night. And, Bailey, again, I know that this is something you probably thought would happen in the past with all these great teams, but I don't know if you had it happening this year, but it's finally happening.
No, I don't think anybody had it happening this year, especially with North Carolina. I mean, late in the season, they were looking at a 10, maybe an 11. They were on the bubble for a while. They weren't even going to get in, and they get in as an 8. But we saw signs late in the season of this Carolina team putting everything together. Now, they had some bad losses through the year, rather. But they had some really bad losses, some of the lower-ranked teams in the ACC. But they've come on of late, and they've really put it together. And I think they ran into a St. Peter's team that you knew at some point they were going to start playing like a 15 seed. And finally they did. And you put the problems of St. Peter's playing as a 15 seed, like a 15 seed, with a North Carolina team that was playing more like a 2 seed, and that's what you ended up with, kind of a 2-15 matchup. But Carolina did what they had to do. They get to the Final Four. They get to play Duke again. Just think of all the storylines with this baby. I mean, you remember the coaches didn't shake hands after the game at Cameron, and then everything that goes on with Duke and Carolina, and you're going to see the blood shot 100 times. You're going to see all of the bad blood between the 2 teams leading up to it, and and unfortunately for us, it's not a CBS game; it's a TBS game. So TBS will have the national semifinals and the championship game this year. It's part of the CBS family of networks, obviously, but we would much rather have it on CBS.
And that is all anybody's talking about for good reason. But heck, any year we could get Kansas Villanova in the Final Four is a good year too, right? I mean, that's a great game that nobody's even going to focus on.
Yeah, and that's the preliminary. That's the appetizer, if you will. But it's going to be and you can make a case if the winner of that game will probably be favored to win it all, because I think Duke and North Carolina may take it out on each other, and then one night later they got to retool, get fired up again. And it's easy to get obviously for a national championship game, but I think the winner of that Villanova game is kind of a big advantage.
I'm gonna ask this to Carolina Duke fans: is the game Saturday more important than Monday for Carolina and Duke fans? What do you think?
I don't think so. I think even as much as they hate one another, they realize that because there's been years where one would lose the other in the regular season late, but the others would rise up or lose in the tournament. I saw Duke and Carolina play in the ACC tournament many a time, and they were always just great matchups. With Dean Smith and Coach K yelling at each other, and being courtside to watch all of that history right there in front of me, and it was just something I'll never forget. But to see them in a national championship situation, in a Final Four, a national semifinal, I mean, it's really going to be something, because these guys, they know each other so well. And if Carolina's hitting on all cylinders, they've proven they can play with anybody.
Brian Bailey's joining us. Some bad news regarding ECU basketball, Bailey. We were kind of saw it coming, but we're holding out hope that maybe Tristan Newton would stay and continue to play basketball at East Carolina. But he, like so many other good players that have come to East Carolina to play basketball, have entered the transfer portal, or just before the portal, just transferred in their own right. But Tristan Newton announcing today he would enter the portal, and that stinks. Michael Schwartz, he's going to have to hit the portal himself, Bailey, to add some talent to this ECU roster after this news.
Yeah, I think he knew that going in, and I think it's going to be one of those situations where, when you decide to change coaches like this, and there's no guarantee that Tristan Newton would have stayed if Coach Dooley had stayed. We understand they got along pretty well and they liked one another, but in this transfer portal world we live in, I mean, schools can, get the word out that, hey, we'd like to have you, and, the grass is always greener. That's the world we've always lived in, that the grass is always greener. It's just easier to get to that grass now with the transfer portal.
That it is, and now we'll see. He's still got a lot of young guys on the roster, Bailey, with R.J. Felton, who played a lot last year, Brandon Johnson, of course, the veteran, and Brandon Suggs, and now we'll kind of see, okay, what happens with those guys. Do they stick around? And if you're Schwartz, how much time does he have? Does he want to build this thing with high school recruits? I know he does, and hopes John Gilbert gives him that allotted time, but you got to think he's going to be looking for some wins right away as well, so he's going to have a nice balancing act here of transfer portal guys and high school kids.
Yeah, I think that's what he's looking at. I mean, obviously you want to build, like the old Coach Ruff saying, you don't want to micromanage.
Yeah.
But in basketball, you kind of, have that advantage that you don't need, 15 players. You need a couple of really good players, and they're out there. I mean, we didn't get a chance to see one of the best transfers that East Carolina's ever gotten in Winston, Texas.
That's right.
If he had played this year and had played, like we thought he was going to be, who knows what would have happened with this team. But, he's a really, really good player. We saw him at Boston College, and, I was really looking forward to seeing him playing in that Pirate uniform, and it didn't happen last year.
Brian Bailey joining us. Bailey, did the time move affected us for baseball, moving from 6:30 to 4:30? Will now be on during our show tomorrow. Did that mess you up as far as the news goes? You gonna be able to get out there?
No, what we normally do on big games like that is we go out live, and the plan was, to preview. We do a 5:20 and a 6:20, so the plan was to preview the game in both segments. And the problem is you don't have a lot of sound, a lot of interviews. The only interview we have is from from Sunday night after the game. And Coach Godwin did say a little bit about NC State, but didn't say a whole lot. And it really doesn't all, look ahead to the next opponent. But in this case, we'll just go out and kind of give updates of what's going on in the game. We'll show highlights in the 6:20 segment, but it doesn't really mess us up. I'm just going to make sure I get to go out there and go live so I can watch the game in between sportscasts.
4 in 1 week last week. Unfortunately, that one came yesterday, Bailey. So a little bad taste in the mouth of the Pirate players as they'll hit the field in a big one coming up against the Wolfpack. Great to see the Wolfpack back in Greenville for a baseball game.
It really is. And these games are, they mean so much to everybody in the state of North Carolina, I think. And everybody knows what a great state we have for college baseball with the ACC teams and with East Carolina and with the other teams around the state that play really good baseball year in and year out. It's just fun to watch these games. I mean, these non-conference games, that they're a bit of a misnomer as far as, we've always talked about that. Your 1, 2, and 3 pitchers go, on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you have to find some pitchers to pitch in these midweek games. And then if you have 2 midweek games, you've got to find, you've got to go a bullpen, a staff day, and that kind of thing. And the one thing that I'll say about Coach Godwin and what he's done this year, it's kind of like they started the year thinking things were going to go this way, and they got a couple of big curveballs right away. And it looks like to me that Cliff has gotten with those guys, okay, we just got to figure out a way to win games. So how are we going to win games? All right, let's put Ryder Giles out there and see what happens there. And Ryder's done really well in his 2 starts. I mean, I think that's when you've got a coach that knows what he's doing and can win with whatever happens. Because, baseball, football, basketball, and it's just like life. You don't know what's around the corner. You don't know what the next day brings. But this baseball team has done a really good job of trying to figure things out because the starting pitching has been a problem, to get more innings out of them.
Ironically, yesterday, we had maybe the best start of the season with Josh Gross, and this time the bullpen couldn't close the deal. They've been helping out the starters all year, and Josh Gross pitched a gem yesterday,
he did.
but could not get the win for East Carolina. Bailey, good stuff. Thanks for joining us, man. We'll hear from you coming up 6 o'clock on the Brian Bailey Show, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds good. Take care.
There he is, BB, Brian Bailey, joining us here today on Pirate Radio Live. Shirley Rhodes, let's open up the booty bag here on a Monday.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
We got 4 days to win left in March, and then the calendar flips on Friday, and we'll open up April. So if you have not won this month, get in now. What are we giving away today, Shirley Rhodes?
Why don't we start we do the Players Lounge. We talk ECU baseball. How about we give away some baseball tickets? This for a pair of tickets to a Down East Wood Ducks baseball game. So
in K-Town. Live baseball back at historic Granger Stadium.
There's been at least 4 people today come and pick up their winning prizes. And now it's your chance to come and pick one up as well.
Thank you for adding that, Chandler.
Nice segue.
What caller are you looking for?
I'm going to go with caller 12 today.
Caller 12, 317-1250. You can go see the Woodies on us. We're back with more Pirate Radio Live after this.
Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ Dance Party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
You know what happens when you mess with a 125-year-old legend? You get Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Inspired by the legendary taste of Topo Chico mineral water and crafted with unique flavors like strawberry guava, tangy lemon lime, tropical mango, and exotic pineapple for a crisp, refreshing finish. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is a game changer. New Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Legends never stop refreshing. TC Hard Seltzer Company, Tempe, Arizona, Auburndale, Florida. Celebrate responsibly.
You know texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
Your first stop for shopping is at Shimmer Boutique. This is Ashley from Shimmer. We are fully stocked with the latest apparel, shoes, and accessories and more. If you need gift ideas or some shopping therapy for yourself, stop by today. Looking for the hottest shoes on the market? Shimmer has the biggest selection of Hey Dudes anywhere. Shimmer has the newest Yeti products and colors. Want this year's most popular bag? Shimmer has a great selection of all your bog bag needs and accessories. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, and Jacksonville.
Winslow's Deli and Tavern has a new look, along with a great lunch and dinner menu. Open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner, plus brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. Winslow's is located on 5th Street beside the State Theater and features daily drink specials with 2 outdoor patios perfect for this warmer weather. Come eat, drink, and get your March Madness on in one of Greenville's largest bar areas. Follow Winslow's on Facebook and Instagram for special events and daily specials. Winslow's Deli and Tavern on 5th Street in Greenville.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
This is Amanda Houston, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Go Pirates!
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back, and congratulations to Hannah Manning of Greenville. Picked up a pair of tickets to a Down East Wood Ducks baseball game. Of course, baseball is back in Kinston, and the Down East Wood Ducks opening day is scheduled for April 12th. You can get your single game tickets, and you can also check out all the fun promotions planned this season right now at woodducksbaseball.com. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live. We talked football to start today's show. Let's get some football in here the last few minutes of our program. Shirley, let's hear from Mike Houston on Saturday as he talked after an ECU scrimmage. Got another one coming up this weekend, and then it is the spring football game. Here was Mike Houston this past Saturday.
So a lot of energy, lots of positives. You know, obviously there's lots of stuff to correct. First scrimmage, you always got stuff to correct. But I thought we saw a lot of positives today. And I'll tell you what, we got 2 running backs that are pretty dang good now. So and they, I'm glad they play for us and not against us. But really, really positive week this week, and just I love the way we finished the week. And so I think got a chance now to catch our breath over the weekend, look at the film, get better on Monday. Okay, and work towards next week and have a better scrimmage next week than what we had today.
Without reviewing the film, any standout plays kind of stand out to you?
Yeah, those 2 running backs, I'm telling you, holy cow! I mean, Mason hit Keaton on a check down, and I mean he should have scored. He made it all the way down to 5. But then in Rajay, just the way he's hitting the hole, and at contact, the way he's accelerating through contact. They just did so many positive things in the snaps that we had them out there. Thought Holton had a really solid day today. I thought Mason looked very, very sharp today. Really excited about him and the way he's come on. Really want to look at the film with some other guys, but had some young receivers that had some positive production today. I thought our first offensive line looked very, very sharp. I thought our defense, flew around, had a lot of intensity. So I'm just telling you, there's lots of positives today.
With Tyler going, who's kind of stepping up as that new inside guy? Anybody yet?
Well, I mean, I thought Kerry King had a good day today. we're using a lot of different personnel settings, and so Ryan Jones is in the slot some today, Tyler Savage is in the slot some today. All those guys have multiple catches.
Without giving much away, like obviously wanting to maybe use Calhoun and Jones on the field a lot more, get those guys involved.
Yeah, they're going to be. Yeah. I mean, we're going to be in a lot of 12 personnel, and the great thing is, Ryan is really improved with his blocking, and so now, I mean, you can be in 12 personnel and be in a true 12 personnel formation, or you can sit there and split those guys out and be in a spread formation. So it's a deal where they're handling it mentally, which that's the tough thing. I mean, it ain't as easy as everybody thinks. I mean, that's been the big question is, can they handle it mentally? And certainly I think they've shown that they can.
Coach, what are the big keys you look for in a spring scrimmage? I mean, you said positives.
Competition. That's the big thing, is just competing at a high level, executing. We've got about 6 or 8 metrics that we're going to use to measure, point of contact, turnovers, execution, yards after contact for the ball carriers, missed tackles or tackles made for the defense. And you just really want to see, you want to see improvement, and you just want to see you execute and look like, a good football team. You'd like to see it, first scrimmage. You're not going to see it first scrimmage because it's still new. I mean, we're only however many practices in. But, hopefully next week, and you should, and I would expect to see much sharper execution. And then for the spring game, you want to look like a good football team.
We haven't asked a lot about special teams. How have punters looked, and also Dapper coming back as well?
I think punter's really, really good. Luke Larson, obviously, is, that's what he came here to do. And he's been very sharp. Freshman Andrew Conrad, I think he has come on and shown he's got a shot at both kicking and punting. Dave Chappelle's done some good things. Hit a really big punt there at the end. Really pleased with those guys. Daffer, I think, was 3 for 3 on the field goals today. And then Carson Smith got a couple of kicks, and I think Andrew also got a kick.
Anybody kind of emerged as a punt return guy?
We got Malik, Malik, Jawan Powell, and Josh Murphy are handling punt return duties. And all 3 of them have shown the ability to catch the ball, and obviously, very good athletes. Kick return, it's been Keaton, Kerry King, and Josiah Hatfield. So feel comfortable with all 6 of those guys in those 2 separate areas.
Are y'all moving Hatfield around offensively? Because he's played outside, inside in the past.
Yeah, we are. And, probably the most impressive play of the week was a play-action pass post route that he and Mason connected on in practice Thursday. That ball must have been 60 yards in the air. Mason probably held it a little too long, but he's got the arm strength to get it to him.
You find any wide receivers that can throw?
I don't know if we have a Tyler Snead or not. We'll see.
Mike Houston there talking about Tyler Snead at the end. Also, something to think about is your kick and punt return. Snead's been really good there, especially at punt returner. So that's something East Carolina's going to have to replace. And the spring is a good time to start thinking about who you're going to have as your specialist, Chandler. And that's another spot that Tyler Snead leaves open when he leaves the program.
A name that really raises my eyebrows is Malik Fleming, because he's a quick corner for ECU. And I actually remember last year going out to some spring practices and also went to the spring game and saw him in that line to return punts and stuff like that. So would be very excited to see Malik Fleming and how he does in the return game, because he is quick.
Shirley, do we have another break? Yeah, let's take that last break. We'll come back. We'll have more football talk for you on Tuesday's Pirate Radio Live, because we'll be out at Pro Day. So you'll be hearing from some now former Pirates as they try to raise some eyebrows of the Scouts coming up on Tuesday. A lot of that coming your way Tuesday on Pirate Radio Live. We'll wrap up this Monday edition when we return after this.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. All products and services are on sale at our spring extravaganza, April 4th through the 8th, beautybarmedispa.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
Before you hit the road this travel season, be sure to get your tires inspected by the tire guys at Greenville Auto World. The Greenville Auto World service team sells all the top brands and economy tires if you need a new set. Need an oil change, state inspection, or AC repair? Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle, and the monthly oil change special is only $29.99. Make an appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World.
Welcome to the Cheese Show. And when cheese puts on a performance like this, you might get to the crust and think, it's over. But no. Let's hear it for the Encore Cheese. This ain't just stuffed crust. This is Papa John's crust stuffed.
Hey Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is only $13 and is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Life insurance is one of those subjects that make people want to change the subject, rather than admit they probably don't have enough. That's why State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer focuses on how the benefits of life insurance actually live on by asking people to think in terms of life without having to sell the house insurance or life without having to give up the college insurance. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer here in Greenville today at 493-0002 and put the life back in life insurance.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
This is Carson Wissenhunt, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back, and taking a quick look at your stock market report for today. The Dow was up 94 points and closed at 34,955. The NASDAQ was up 185 points at 14,354. S&P was up 32 at 4,575. That is your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into the show. Here's Clip.
Alrighty, we're wrapping up Pirate Radio Live on a Monday. Thanks to our players inside the Players Lounge: CJ Mayhew, Bryson Worrell, Ryder Giles, and Zach Agnos. Players Lounge presented by Delcor each and every Monday here on Pirate Radio Live. Thanks to Holton Ahlers for joining us as well. He joins us Mondays during spring football, so still a couple of chats to go the next couple of Mondays with Holton Ahlers. We will talk to you Tuesday, 3 o'clock for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. For Shirley Rhodes, Content Junkie Schaefer, Chandler Honeycutt, I'm Clip Brock. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250.